Dus zijn we al begonnen? Okay. 3, 2, 1, and here we go.
So, who wants to do the recap of previous session? Or Fausto, do you still want to do an intro?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's mostly for personal use, so we're not stars yet. So
Archiving this shit.
we're not Twitch stars yet. Maybe one. A recap of the previous session. Yeah, I can do that. Let me see. We finally ended the Simitz threat by killing a witch of sorts, a sea hag of sorts, and that completed a bit that arc. I think. I mean, at least now the Simites have understood that we are a bit dangerous. Hopefully. And what else did we do? Torio died, but I don't know if that's. I mean, he's back, so I guess
It
that's
was
fine.
like a horde of piranhas.
It was a horde of piranhas, yeah, who assaulted him, and
Don't nail down, man.
we are kind of back to base right now. Somebody attempted my life, failing. I have my doubts now. I thought a bit about that, and the same
Yeah.
person that saved me could also be the person that tried to kill me. I mean, that arranged for somebody to try to kill me just to earn my trust. So I don't know. I will have to think about that. And I think we're a bit back to base, right? And
Yeah.
thinking about what to do next.
So, what happens in the morning? We have, I think, Volta wakes up at the wonderful Empty Net,
Yes.
where he has spent the evening in the company of Wallflower.
Yes. A shape-shifting kind of girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Volta. But
Having fun.
but this demands the GIF. How?
The GIF.
Yeah, it's like
Demands the GIF. No, because he's a
How?
reptile.
oh.
It was a cloaca
Then
reception.
Iskren and Taurio, you stayed at the Boros barracks.
Obviously.
Sorval and Taurio.
Yeah.
Iskren, you stayed at the Prime Ground Manor,
That's correct. Yes.
if I remember. And Xantaroth, you are staying currently at the hunting lodge, Winston's hunting lodge. But morning strikes you bright and early, Xantaroth. As you wake up, you have had your fill of merkfish, which
yes.
you found at the merkfish stocks. And you feel a certain unease sneak over you, as though something might be wrong with Volta.
The merkfish wasn't good.
And as you look at the amulet the shaman gave you, it points you very clearly in the direction where Volta would be at.
Something fishy is going on. Sorry.
Definitely. I smell something fishy and I
Yeah.
follow my amulet. It's smarter than I am, so I just follow it.
So you start at the hunting lodge, which is over here.
Oh.
And you make your way all the way down to the empty net.
Should I?
And by the time you get there, because you rose bright and early, it's about 7 a.m. There's some people are starting to flow back into the street, not too much, not too little. It's civilized, which is in general a bad thing. But it's not uncomfortable. This is civilization as can be destroyed, so it's not that big of a deal. The place that you wind up at, where your amulet points you to, is a bit of a dive, a brown bar, as it were. You have to go downstairs in order to access it. There's a couple of gaudily dressed ogres standing outside, proffering physical favors to those who have lost their sanity. Um, and one of them does hand out a leaflet proclaiming the bar to be the Empty Net, which is apparently some sort of all-day round drinking hole.
I take the leaflet, I nod to the ogres, and I walk in, following my amulet.
There you see, coming to consciousness, Vulta in the loving embrace of a rather large Loxodon, as they are lying next to a table.
Didn't they? Did she? Wasn't she a shift shaper? Did she not change into a dragon?
She changed into a half elf,
Ah, okay.
and well, that polymorph wore off, so she's back to her Loxodon form.
God damn.
Ooh.
I look at the Loxodon, just nod in agreement. Okay, I go to Vulta. Vulta, it's time to wake up.
I wake up. Oh! Oh, hi. What are you doing here?
I knew you were a special thing, but jeez. Okay, I don't judge.
Yeah, I know. Don't
What
sleep
you're looking
with
for
your
is huge.
That sounded a bit judgy, though. You're not
Yeah.
judging, sounded a bit judgy.
Well, he's the special guy from the tribe, so whatever.
You know, special people might have special needs.
Yeah.
Probably.
Special
I'm
needs
a
lizards.
simple man.
Lizard. You're a simple lizard.
I'm a simple lizard. So Volta, is there something wrong? My amulet thingy that the chief gave me is a little bit doing weird things.
I look at it. Can I roll something to know what's going on, or?
Sure you can. You can roll me a perception check. Or an arcane check. But I don't think your arcane is good.
I'll seek a perception.
Alrighty. He appears to be clasping something, and it is vaguely familiar to you. It looks like one of your scales that has been put into some kind of fluid. You do remember the druid Efkayotl just making vague mention of creating something to track you with in case something would ever go wrong,
Yeah. So,
and then lopping off part of your back.
which is tradition, yes.
Yes, Efkayotl does that frequently with you. That is focused on you. But as you are looking at the tracking amulet, you also notice that the doorway through which Xantharot just entered appears to be containing another shape.
Do I recognize the shape? Is it something I have seen?
It's not something you are familiar with, and it appears to be trying to sneakily catch a glimpse of you.
Can I grab it, or?
You're a bit far away from the door. Are you trying to rush it?
I could, yes. I'm going to rush it and try to get the shape.
As you rush it, it notices that you noticed it, and you hear like this clatter.
Yeah.
And as you arrive outside, you can see holes in the wall. Small holes from which some kind of fluorescent smoke is evaporating in the morning light.
Yeah. Can I check it with my poisoner's kit or something? Can I scoop up a little bit and try to...
You can definitely give it a try.
All right, I'm going to use my rapier to get a small dose of it, and I'm going to try if I can see what it is with my poisoner's kit. Okay? So I roll poisoner's kit?
Yep, you roll poisoner's kit, and I would think this goes on intelligence.
Add an attribute intelligence.
Mhm.
Submit.
Alrighty. You did really well. This is some sort of erodent toxin. It's been shoved into the wall with some force, so whatever the thing was that was observing you, it has some kind of poison that can eat into walls, which is secreted from its legs or feet,
Mm-hmm.
or at least apply to those.
And eat through wall.
And just judging roughly on where the holes are in the wall, or at least the indentations in the wall, you think it has 8 legs.
8 legs.
Yes.
Okay. So can I copy this poison? Can I try to mimic it by some kind of way so I can?
You could try over a period of time to
Okay.
make
No,
something
no.
similar to it.
Yeah. All right. I share this knowledge with Xantaroth. Like something is watching us and it's poisonous. It has 8 legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, can I hit it hard?
I try. We would try to hit it. Yes. Perhaps it's
Okay.
some kind of thing like things from the Izzet Hotel.
Hit
All
with a
right.
weapon, not hit like the hit on like the Loxodon. Just clarify.
Not even there, Taurio.
Would I have an idea how big this would be if it can climb up on walls on both sides?
You would think it's large. As in, you would expect it to be at least horse-sized.
A challenge and a big meal. I like
Yeah.
that.
I like your thinking. So, where were you sleeping?
So, Volta, where is the rest of your friends from previously?
Scattered across town. We.
Splitting up the party is the best idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they also have this fancy schmancy women Loxodon people they walk around with, or is that just you?
Yeah.
Even in special people, you're special.
Yeah, I know. It's my thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair
The
enough.
last thing I know, we escorted Iskram to his place.
Their place.
Their place. Sorry, their place. How do you call it? Prime Grounds Estate. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. So there we left Iskram. The Boros boys are back in their camp. And Rollo, yeah, you know Rollo doing stupid shit.
Fair enough. So the Minotaur guy with the horns, where he at? He's at the Boros camp, or
Yeah.
I like him.
You mean the horn? Last time I saw him, he had.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I like him. He can
Yeah.
smash. He can
Yeah,
hit hard.
He doesn't like fish.
I'm not here.
He doesn't like fish.
No.
Oh no, man.
Yeah. It got the better of him.
No.
Okay, gonna shift the conversation as you are investigating and talking slightly towards our dear Iskren, who is also an early riser.
Yeah, actually, I didn't sleep much. I collected that finger that was left from last night's attempt, and I want to analyze the living crap out of everything here to understand what's going on. Who was here?
Yeah.
If anything left any sort of tracks. Where is Sorbal? Sorbal disconnected. Why?
He turned off his camera because he's eating. There goes the overlay. So Vulta suddenly turned into a slightly different person.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Can I share my knowledge with Iskren about this beast? That it has a poison that can eat through walls?
Yeah,
Well,
we're
you
not
could,
there
but you're
yet,
not
yeah.
there yet. This is
not there
currently
yet.
happening simultaneously,
Okay.
and we shall then also shift to the Boros people, who will also have a bit that happens simultaneously.
Yeah,
Because the
okay.
party is split up, which forces me as a GM to be somewhat creative in my time management.
But I found
Okay.
an actual finger, right?
Yep, you found a single bloodless finger,
Yeah.
which was the index finger of a right hand.
That
They literally gave you the
how
finger.
do you know? How do you know if it's a index finger of a right or left hand?
You spend some time analyzing it, and you have seen humans before.
No, I remember. How do you? I mean, define a left or a right? That is probably.
It's basically if you look at the structure, you can
There is
actually
still a
make it
bit
out.
of okay, very well. And is it a human finger?
It is. It appears to be a human finger, or at least a humanoid finger.
All right.
It doesn't have any strange discolorations. It's rather pale, but that's kind of common here in Shademerk. No further identifying marks on it. It's well manicured.
All right.
The rest of the room, as you check it out, there is some traces of dampness near the window. But nothing very specifically out of the ordinary, as far as you can tell.
All right. And regarding the thing that saved me, did it leave any thing, tracks, marks,
All you see is like there is some dampness near the window,
some dampness near it?
which appears to have been caused by fog or very mild rain, which enters into the room for about a meter. The room is 3-4 meters, like wall to wall.
All right. Is there any surveillance in this house or outside this house, like guards in the garden or anything?
There are some guards, but they're usually patrolling perimeter and inside through the corridors. You could go and check on them.
Yes.
Like the ones
I
that do
will.
perimeter checks.
Yeah, I want to go and ask around the house if they saw anything strange last night or at any time.
As you leave your room, you do notice that Kenny Day, Steve. You do notice that Taya is in some sort of distress. She appears to be searching for someone, and you see her running in and out of a couple of rooms at moderate pace, but still a few steps faster than you would normally walk.
Taya,
Yes?
what ails you? What is going on?
Someone is missing.
Who is missing?
Ervis, he's gone.
The creepy butler?
A head butler, yes.
Yes. And that's not normal, I suppose. He's normally very punctual in the morning, and he.
Normally he signs off after a shift and he gives orders to the next one, but he wasn't there when his shift ended.
I see. Maybe we should have a look at his room. Maybe he left a note or something.
That's in the servants' quarters.
Yes.
Guests aren't supposed to go there.
Yeah, I know. But sometimes we need to look, beyond our station and do what is right. Not because it's proper, but because it needs to be done.
If you want, I could go check there for you.
You can escort me there. I will be just behind you.
You need a persuasion check for that.
Sure.
She appears to be. It has been drilled in that she's not supposed to do that. She seems reluctant. You could probably force it if you want to.
More than force it, I will do this. But we are such, good friends, and I will roll an advantage.
That's a spell?
No, that's a way of life. 24.
Yep. She. All right, but we have to be quick about it.
Absolutely. Quick and very silent. Oh, this reminds me of my youth. Let's go.
Okay, so you head towards the servants' quarters. There's more people that appear to be looking for Ervis. Also in some state of worry, and they do disregard you mostly. Some people give you a strange look, but Dyad kind of goes like past them, and they let you do your thing. You arrive in the servants' quarters, which are shabbier than the actual upstairs dwelling where everybody is. The rooms, one, two, three, fourth room on your left-hand side. Door, massive mahogany kind of thing, which is locked. But I just goes like, yeah, this is this
Isn't
room.
there somebody with a master key?
Yes. Master Gellin has the master key.
Makes sense, of course. But if the door is locked, it means that actually Eris never came back to his room. Unless he locked it from outside.
Or he's inside.
Or he's inside. I suppose somebody already tried to knock at his door and asked
Yeah,
him to
and there
come
was
out.
no
And
response.
there was no response. I understand.
So we all assumed that he wasn't here because normally he would get up and tell us.
I see. Maybe we should try and open this door. Where is Master Gellin?
Normally he wakes at about 10 to start his business, so he's probably in his bedroom.
Well, suppose this situation is quite exceptional. He
Like a couple of other servants rush past you, going like, "Taya, who is that?" And they keep on going.
Are they also in such a fuss because Everett is not here?
Yeah, it's apparently not usual for one of the head butlers to disappear.
Absolutely, I completely understand it. I mean, would I have any chance to open this lock?
You're perfectly welcome to try.
Sure, I will. I just don't have any tips tools. Can I try it in any other way, or is it just not done with a knife?
If you can give me a decent way that you try to wiggle in.
Knife with a dagger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we'll go
Dagger in the
dexterity, and it will
lock.
be a little tricky.
Yeah, dexterity is my best stat, as everybody knows. I will, I will give myself a little guidance, and I will try. $17.
You insert the dagger and you go. Feel a tumbler. Feel a second tumbler. Something breaks.
Oh,
And you feel that you can actually push the door open.
I'll do so.
And the room that you enter is not lit. There is a strange odor that hangs here. A bit musky, earthy. There is an unusual dampness and herbiness to this room that you wouldn't associate with the rest of the building, that you actually haven't smelled in the Shademerk proper. But it does remind you of the basilicas. There is incense has been burned here, and other things have been burned here just to confound the scent of the incense. You get a hint of like ginger in the air, and there is wet mud.
Right. Do I see?
And with your dark vision, you do make out like there is a bed, and there is a coffin in the room.
A coffin?
A coffin.
Did Taya already see that?
Nope.
Very well. I say, Taya, hold on here, but please go and I mean, don't come in, but please go and wake up the master. I think the situation may be. Just go and call the master.
Alrighty. And then we are going to shift towards the Boros Tower. So, Sor Valentaurio, you are woken up today by a very enthusiastic soldier who has acquired a pair of cymbals.
Well, I think this is routine for me, so I jump out of the bed, and then
I just open my eyes. I'm like, and I get up and I look if he's worthy to be saluted.
It is a normal soldier who has had the bad luck of waking people up in the morning and decided to make a career out of it. Um,
Stop
he
that racket.
he goes like, "It is time for the morning training. Put on your gear and head to the training field."
Fine.
He
Yeah,
salutes you and he's gone to annoy other people with his symbols.
after the dreams I've been having about finned animals, I think I can use some punching bags.
Look at
Alrighty.
I'm like, shall we go and destroy some training dummies?
Oh yeah.
Very good.
And the morning training takes about half an hour today. There is a bit of an intense drill on the use of sword and shield and the impact of axe on shield. And afterwards, you are sent out to have your breakfasts, which is delicious and nutrient gruel with a piece of bacon in it.
I
Everything the
look mindfully
body
at the
needs.
bacon.
Did you just
Like-
say gruel?
You're not there.
Layers. Jokes have layers.
That's where
I
all
eat-
the dead ones go.
I eat 10 of you for breakfast.
We ate fish for breakfast.
As long as it's dead, I don't care. It's the moving ones that scare me.
Okay.
And that it leaves you basically unattended for a bit.
I still have. I do think I need to put my armor, give it some love and attention, since the last dungeon crawl we did.
You can requisite another one, right? Or do you want to keep this one specifically?
Well, this is already a requisitioned one, but is it in that?
And in the damaged one, then you take a new one.
Okay, so I get myself a fresh set of plate armor. I can
Yeah.
work with that.
I'll go with you.
Well,
Want to
you
see the
also,
quartermaster anyway.
as you go and visit Lizanne, she has your gear ready. For Sorval, there is a set of splint armor.
The armor I requested. Thank you, Lizanne.
You are most welcome. You have handed in your damaged goods. It's important for the book.
Yes. Yes, we have.
So she notes all this down. Oh, yes. Apparently something happened downtown. You should probably head out to Prime Ground Manor.
Oh, okay. Are it lizards?
No. There have been several people found dead in the street. Their blood was drained.
Ah,
Isn't
Okay.
it? Or is Granite sleeping?
that name does
The plot
remind me.
thickens.
I don't know. But it's kind of our duty to keep an eye on town. And considering that you aren't currently assigned on active duty, it would be nice of you to help us out that way.
Yeah, we'll head out right away. Is there anything? Is er de kennis van de Borrel? Is er iets van transportatie in de buurt van de barracks? Iets van mounts of dingen of zo?
Er zijn skyrocks.
Iets ground-based?
Er zijn horses.
Horses zijn. Dus maar, allee, dat is toch wel de dimension, dat is toch de dimension waar Iskun verblijft op dit moment, hè?
Ja.
Ja, dat is een andere kant van
Yep.
de stad, dus daarmee dat ik het vraag.
Wat je
look
kunt
at
doen
Dario.
is, je kunt een Skyrock nemen, just to be sure, because that would go the fastest, and you could land on the Fogger. Or you could take horses. It would take you slightly longer. Skyrock, it would be 15 minutes. Horses would be an hour.
Skyrock is dat met Rider dan, dat ons begeleidt? Of? Ah, oké, dan is de Skyrock, aangezien het een gepleegde moord is, eigenlijk een Skyrock wel praktisch.
I
Okay,
look at Dario. I'm like, Dario, do you know where our lizard friends are?
I haven't the foggiest. Iskra might
We'll
know.
find
but-
them anyway. Let's get going then.
Okay, we
I-
shift our attention. Unless you still.
One more thing.
Yep.
I wink at this and I'm like, see you later.
I look forward to the glorious results of your investigation.
You know it. And then we walk away.
And I walk away.
So we shift our attention back to our lizards.
Woohoo!
Hi, lizards.
Mhm.
So yes,
What do you want? Should we go to the state, or should we shop around first? Perhaps we should go first to go to the Playground state.
I don't care. We can go to the Boros guys, or we can go to the big mansion thingy. I'm just following you, Vulfa.
Goddamn.
It's a decision.
Where did you sleep?
Somewhere in a bar thingy. I don't know. I had mergfish. I slept. It was good.
Was there a Loxodon?
No, there wasn't Loxodon.
All right.
Again, that is all on you, man.
Yeah. No. I was on top. No.
As you can tell by the brittle hip bones.
Perhaps we
If
should
the
go.
Loxodon goes on top, you break.
Yeah, I break many times. Perhaps we should go to the estate thingy.
All right.
I have a feeling something is wrong.
Oh,
Hey.
I think that's the Loxodon.
Yeah.
I think you got a disease somewhere.
Yeah.
The
That's why they call them
Loxodon
Loxodons.
At least I had some.
At least I had some. Okay.
The opportunity came by and he grabbed it by the horns.
I just
Drunk, really.
I just struggled.
All right, so we go to the mansion.
Yeah.
Yes. As you approach the Prime Ground Mansion, which is a very fabulous building, and it's opulent, it's rich, it's really massive in size, even for Ravnica, you notice there is a crowd on the street. A crowd of civilians gathered in the classic post-Gruul Rampage kind of civilian gathering. Something horrible has happened in the streets.
Finally, entertainment. Perhaps we should go and see. Come, Senators. We should mingle.
Or
So
can I go hard?
No. You don't go hard.
you have a cloaca.
Keep the Loxodon in your pants.
All right, we mingle with the crowd.
Yeah.
I try to be sneaky, as small as I am.
Oh yes.
Can I disguise myself?
Oh yes. You can both roll a stealth check if you want to.
Wait, I have a disguise kit with me, but it doesn't work.
It's gonna be a mustache that you put on.
Yeah, I want the mustache.
A lizard man with a mustache. It can work.
Yeah.
I think it can work.
Ooh.
Okay, so you both managed to appear like law-abiding citizens of slightly less reptilian persuasion.
Yes.
And an old woman looks up at you and goes like, "You know what happened here?"
I have no clue. Do you know? I'm just walking around and I see a lot of people, ma'am. And that's all.
I'll tell you what happened here. And she points like this wooden walking stick thing towards motionless figures lying on the ground. There's what a vampire! What didn't I tell you?
Ah,
A vampire? Volta, you know what a vampire is?
yep. I saw one once in a basement.
Can I eat them?
Yeah, you could, yeah.
Okay.
I think the meat's gone bad, but
You probably shouldn't eat them.
The vampire, or
I don't know. It's generally frowned upon to eat things.
Things.
Is it frowned upon to eat merkfish?
Oh, it is applauded. It's a good steady trade, merkfish.
Oh, I thought so. I was in
More
shock.
people should eat merkfish.
I agree
None
with
of
that,
this
lady.
newfangled minery things.
Oh, I agree absolutely. But the person who's lying there, or the thing, I don't know at this point anymore. Who is he, she, it, thingy, midges?
As far as I can tell, they were guards of the Prime Ground Estate. I have it on good
Oh.
authority. Stick on the ground. Gellum Prime Ground is a vampire.
perhaps we should guard his crims.
Okay.
Okay, let's go inside and see if he's safe.
So as you push through the crowds, you arrive at the door,
Nothing to see here. Lizard with mustache.
the front door of the Prime Ground Estate.
Mhm.
Do you knock? Do you ring the bell? Do you
Is
walk
there a
in?
bell?
I open the door. I try to open the door.
Ah, gruel.
Yeah. I have seen this door before, but I don't know how to use it. So let's try to open it.
Does me opening the door works?
Yeah, it works.
Okay, I open
Yes,
the
you have
door.
strength 18. You open the door.
You open doors.
I open the door and I look inside and say, "Hey, Skrin, you here?"
that's
You
an
see
twist.
like 4 servants that were rushing around through marbled halls with rich, decadent carpets that you could probably just torch. And they just stop dead in their tracks as this massive lizard being walks into their front door and
I
go
follow
like,
through. I follow the small lizard follows through.
"Don't kill us! Guards!" And they run off.
Why does this always happen to me?
I don't know. Perhaps your disguise isn't good enough.
Oh,
Here,
well.
take my mustache.
Okay,
I give my mustache to.
I take the mustache and I put the mustache on the front of my nose.
Okay.
Look,
Hey, Skrin! Skrin, where are you?
The servants' quarters are located rather near to the entrance,
All right.
to the left. So you do hear some commotion.
Okay, question.
Yep.
I am not 100% against undead. I mean, actually, I only hope one day to be one of the blessed dead. So, if there were vampires at the service of Gelran, would that be considered?
That would actually be good for his status in the Orzhov.
True,
Vampires
right?
are very
Yeah.
diligent workers.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Though I suppose that once you decide to employ a vampire or to be a vampire, there is some sort of unwritten social contract that you're not supposed to eat the neighborhood.
If they pay their tithes, you don't.
All right. So I mean, suddenly go on a killing spree would be not really a thing that an Orzo vampire would do in normal circumstances.
Yeah, and Gellon doesn't have the right physicality to be a vampire
Yeah, I mean,
in
maybe,
your
maybe
experience.
Elvis does. That's what I'm saying. Okay. All right. So I saw the coffin
Yep. There's
before.
junk going on in the hallway. The coffin.
Yeah.
There is a layer of dirt in the coffin.
So it's already
Rich, brown, earthy kind of dirt, which is a source of one of the scents that you've been smelling.
open. All right.
It appears that some light shape has been sleeping in it.
Okay.
Not so much like Ervis Hulgren was.
Yeah.
Um,
But is there also a bed in this room?
is my internet fading or is Fausto?
Nee, Fausto wil heel even weten.
Fausto, you
really?
lagged.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It happens to the best. And so, is there also a bed in this room?
Yeah, there is a bed, and the coffin is positioned so that if you would just enter from the door and not pay too much attention with the lights off, you wouldn't be able to see it.
To see it. Okay, but does it look?
But you have the luxury of dark vision.
Does the bed look
so-
like it has been slept in, or is it just a decoy?
The bed looks like it has been freshly made
All right.
a couple of days ago.
A couple of days ago. All right. This coffin, does it look like it was recently moved here, or like if I move it a bit, is there dust around it? Like it's
There
been
is dampness underneath the coffin.
dampness, recent. Yeah. Oh, thank you. My daughter. And okay, there's dampness, and that's recent, right? Otherwise, it would have dried out.
Yes. It's about the same level of dampness that you had underneath your window. And if you touch the dirt, it also feels humid,
All right.
moist.
I look around in the room. Is there still somebody here that I don't see, but maybe he's still there?
Not that you can see. What you do see is that the window in this room has been forced.
Has been forced.
It's a bay kind of window, and the center window was latched, and that latch is snapped in half.
I look outside of the window.
While in the hallway, like this frazzled young lady rushes up to you guys and goes like, "Are you here for Iskren?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you mean well?"
Yeah.
Yeah. We're friends.
Don't I look like I mean well?
Like you're a dangerously large lizard?
Yeah. But
But you appear to be well-mannered. He's over there! And she points you in the direction of the place where Iskren is investigating.
Okay. I go forward and I just barge in and rush open the door. Hey, Iskren, where are you at?
Yeah. I follow I follow and I say, "It is I, Vulta," and I cleverly
I know who you are.
remove my disguise.
Yeah, that wasn't helping, but
I give Volta the mustache back.
something is going on here. I need your acute senses, Vulta.
Yes. What do you want me to sniff or?
Analyze analyze the situation.
All right. Do I roll perception to search the room for suspicious?
If you search the room, you would roll investigation,
Yeah, investigation.
because you are searching.
Yeah,
You're investigating.
yeah. Do I get assistance or?
I have no clue in it. I'm just good in tracking things.
Yes, I will assist you.
Okay. Oh, this is bad. Yes, this is a coffin.
Basically, you scurry around the room and you look under the bed where there is some clothing, an article of clothing. It is whitish in color. It is very important, most certainly. So you put your arm under there and you drag it out,
Yeah.
and it's a bit crumbly to the touch.
Yeah.
But it has two extensions where a human could put their legs through, but there is no tail hole.
I have seen this clever thing, but I do not use it. Perhaps you can search this Iskren. Do you know this thing? What is this?
That's not very helpful, Bulta.
No.
Maybe check the window. I think
All
somebody
right.
just left through it.
All right, I'm going to check. I'm going to see if I can search the room, the window, to look if there is something that forced it. What is it? What was his way of entry?
Clearly, the way that they entered was snapping the latch that kept the window shut,
Yeah.
and then apparently dragging in a coffin.
So the coffin is drawn inside the room.
Yes, if you look outside, there's actually a small indentation in the garden dirt from where they had placed the coffin while opening the latch.
Okay. So this coffin doesn't belong here. It's from somewhere else.
Might very well be.
Yeah. Do I see anything else? Do I see how
What-
the coffin was?
What you do see, and now we shift back to our Boros boys,
Yeah.
your Skyrock has landed at the Fogger. You have been allowed to disembark.
Woohoo!
Okay. I look around to see if I can see the manor. Which
You
would
can
be,
see the manor, it is not on fire.
I look at Tarim like, well, at least it's still standing. Let's go. And
For
we try
the
to go to
moment.
the front door.
Okay, so you rush towards the manor.
Yes.
You also notice that there is a crowd. There's by this time some Azorius people, some Boros people. They're like, could you step back? We are doing important investigations here, and we will. Our crack team of investigators is going to arrive shortly from the Boros barracks, handpicked by Eliander himself. Yeah, this is going to be a walk in the park for them. They are very used to this kind of thing. There is nothing to worry about, good sirs and madams.
I see the people here like, out of the way, Boris business, out of the way.
And there is a glint of recognition in the guardsman's eyes, and he goes like, it is you two. You are on the job. That is good. You may pass.
Okay, thank you. Good job with keeping the people out of here.
Er gaat voor een week geen hout te zijn met Sorval, hè, na dat gesprek toch overgehoord te hebben.
Show them the badge. Show them
Yeah.
the badge.
Okay, so as you arrive at the mansion, the front door has been, I won't say busted open, but they will need some repairs in order for it to close properly again.
Can I see if somebody pushed it inwards or outwards? Yeah, probably inwards because
It
opens
was
inwards.
pushed inwards, even though it probably opens outwards. And you do see, as you are standing at the front door, the head of Fulta pop out of a window.
Ah, Volta. Is everybody
Hi!
over there? And I just go inside
No.
and like,
Rollo isn't here.
Well, that's not usually a problem, Roland being there.
so
think.
from what I can see where his head is, I'm like, we'll be right there. And I try to go to that room. Do we come
And
across
that-
any servants?
Well, basically, you are there in your official Boros regalia and all. So the servants are actually somewhat comforted by your presence and don't even question it. you see about 6 people that are just going at a rapid pace. So, like,
No.
the pace you see people walk off when they've committed a crime and they hope nobody has seen it, that kind of pace, it's a little suspicious, but then again, odds off.
Each one I come across, I'm like, okay, stay in the mansion, don't go outside, don't force me to come after you. I keep going to the room.
Righty. Arriving at the room has a very strange kind of scent to it. Even though someone has thrown open a window, it still smells of herbs and mud and incense.
Feels like home.
No, the incense actually doesn't feel like home. The incense is very distinctly not a gruel thing.
It's fancy smoke.
Strange because they always
Yeah,
get
it's
they
It's
always
this
get
cloying, non-fire kind of
they
smoke.
always get
Yeah,
incensed.
you'll have more like wood smoke, like torches and
Yeah, but
burned
Yeah,
homes and
I thought Gruul would very easily get incensed.
okay.
why they don't use it.
I use my divine sense to see if I sense anything strong evil. Well,
Thank you. You sense within 30 feet, it's not behind total cover. You sense an undead aura coming from Iskren.
okay.
But that is about it.
I just look at this grand. I just nod. I'm like, okay. So, guys, what happened here?
A vampire was here, and for some reason he thought he had to bring his coffin inside this house.
And leave his victims outside. Okay,
Yeah,
that's something.
so I think
Well, we don't even know that because we haven't checked with the bottles outside.
True. We didn't.
and our
Examine
butler
it,
Team
like-
of
has disappeared.
investigators.
And our butler has
So-
disappeared.
Someone rushed inside.
Okay, so this coffin wasn't here yesterday for all.
It's pretty recent, yeah.
You notice
Okay.
that the wood is still damp
Yeah.
from being in at least a drizzle outside.
Yeah.
Can I do an investigation of my own to investigate the coffin if I see
Can
anything?
And investigate the coffin by investigating it.
Can I assist him?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, that.
It is a coffin. It was made of some sort of wood, which probably came from a tree. Clearly, the Selesnya are to blame for this.
I find it peculiar that you would invite the barbarian to this investigative session.
It's really helpful. He pointed out that it was from a tree.
Inside knowledge.
Can I look out the window again and check if there are marks on the walls? Like the marks of that thing that's looking at me. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah, that's. Roll me a perception check.
perception, eh?
Yes. Target number we want is 12-ish. Yeah, okay. A little bit further, you do see, like, these marks are in the wall as well here. They are older. They've been made a little bit before the ones that you saw. The ones you saw were fresher.
Yeah. Do I see which window they're headed, or do they come to this room or another room?
They passed by this room.
Ah. Something visited here, and it wasn't. It was something I have seen this morning. Iskrim, you live here, right? Or you sleep here? Have you seen a thing that has approximately 8 legs,
Give or
leaves holes, give or take, leaves holes in the walls, and goes like.
Sorry, how is this related to the vampire?
No, I have found marks of a thing, approximately 8 legs, more or less.
Here,
Um,
outside.
yeah, here, and at
Alright.
this estate, it passes this room, passes this window, but it goes to another one.
It's a
Have
vampire
you
spider.
a spider, or what did you say?
A vampire spider?
Ah, okay.
It
So you
could
know
be.
this.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
There is a coffin. There...
Yeah,
Could it
while
be
this is going on,
a
I look at
vampire
Tyrion like,
spider?
oh, wait.
It's Morbius. It's all right. What do I know about vampires? Like,
Yeah.
why would a vampire have to bring his coffin here? Do
As
vampires
far as you
always go
know,
around with a coffin?
Orzovian vampires don't.
All right. So why would a vampire bring its coffin to a place that is not his home, where he would be very easily discovered?
Is this, and Volta is thinking really hard, is this a setup?
Okay. Can I look at the coffin and see if there are any marks of it have been closed before by chains or anything?
Your bliss is still active, Iskren, right? Or is
I
that
mean,
only
I
one
mean,
roll?
I mean, if it's something I have to think about, I would roll. I would like if I know that I'm about to make a deep thought, I would guide myself into that.
Okay. Vampires don't necessarily need to sleep in their coffins.
Exactly. So
They don't usually hold them around,
yeah.
and
But I do know that vampires need them eventually.
they are somewhat useful, but
All right. So I think
only in dire emergencies.
yeah, step one would be let's break this coffin apart.
Wouldn't
You
step
want, you
one
want
be
me to break
checking
this
with
coffin
the
apart?
owner of the mansion?
Yeah, but let's not do it in this room. But I mean, like, let's bring it outside and put it on fire. And
I
then,
can do that.
yeah. See, I was thinking about you, Xantaroth. Like, let's give it something to do. And
Iskren,
yes,
you know there are two. Were there two? I don't know. At least one. That's people outside of your front door.
yeah, I heard that. I mean, the rumors are coming in.
Maybe we should check that one out, or
Absolutely.
maybe smell it at least.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we need to check. We need to check out with the bottles outside still. But it was going to check with the what was it? The governor? The Irwanda? It was the governor.
Gallum is the governor.
Our
He
merchant,
is
yeah.
an important tradesperson
Yeah,
in the
where
town.
is he? Did he come out of his room?
He takes his good time for this,
What? There are dead people here.
and he eventually arrives as you are getting ready to hoist the coffin and take it outside.
Master Gellon, something extremely unsettling is going on. There was
This
maybe
rather corpulent man. He is dressed in chamber robes of rich black velvet, tied together at the waist with a golden cord, wearing pearl rings on his hands. There is this thing around his neck which is made out of golden coins as he what do you wake me for at this ungodly hour?
I apologize first of all for waking you up at such so early in the morning. It's only 10 after all. But apparently there have been a few murders just at our doorstep, and Ervis is disappeared, and inside his room we found a coffin.
I was not aware that he was affecting those things.
What things?
He should have asked me for one. I could have arranged for a much prettier. This is what kind of. That looks like cheap wood.
Though
I wonder if it
I
burns.
appreciate your sense of aesthetic, I think we're missing the point here.
Yeah, we cannot let it stand. People may not know that a servant of mine would prefer a cheap wooden box over one of the highest grade quality beds that is available to residents within and far beyond Shade Merc.
That is why we are about to destroy this tasteless coffin.
Yes. Go right ahead.
Killed with fire.
Yes.
Also, you said something happened to Ervis.
Yeah, he disappeared.
That's not good.
That's not good. Do you have any way to contact him? Magic, maybe?
Well, in my room, when I ring it at night, he comes.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna work.
You can try.
It's a really ingenious system, you see. If I pull the bell, a small bell in Ervis's room goes off.
Is the bell still there?
Waiting for the gold coin to drop.
The bell has been muffled in Ervis's room.
Aha.
Mhm.
Okay, somebody kidnapped Ervis, or Ervis is the vampire. Okay, so
Vampire?
there was a coffin.
Yes.
Do you think that he was sleeping in a coffin just as an affectation of sorts?
He might. I don't know how commoners think.
From what I heard, there are dead people outside that have their blood drained.
Yeah.
That does sound like a vampire. Most people don't drain their own blood.
Wait a second, though. Iskren has a revelation. You know what I call this?
Not my problem.
No.
Walking dinner?
This is called an orgy of evidence. It means everything points exactly at only one direction, which means it's not what we are looking for. Somebody wants us to think that there is a vampire here. It's just too obvious.
We still have to find whoever killed the people outside.
Yes, I
Or-
think.
wait,
Let's see if we can find some
like,
tracks.
is there anybody dead inside
Yeah.
of the place here, except for that one person you said that's missing?
I don't know. I'll ask one of the butlers.
Yeah.
Can
That might be a good idea.
Let's
Yeah,
go
but
check
walked
one of the dead bodies outside.
can we check one of the dead bodies
Xantro,
outside?
to take care
Yeah,
of the coffin, and if there is anything else hidden in the coffin, please don't burn it immediately.
I bring the coffin outside
Yeah.
and I
I-
go watch one of the bodies.
Tario,
Ik poke Sorval richting de Boros guards.
Tario, can you go and listen to the Sorval guard? The
Sorval guard.
Listen to
I
my
want to
guard.
ask Iskren something.
Yeah, I'll check with the Boros guard.
I go to Iskren like, Iskren, did you notice anything strange last night?
Last night somebody tried to kill me, and somebody that I didn't recognize tried to kill me, and somebody else that I don't know saved me. So everything looks like a huge farce. Sorval, somebody wants to play us somehow.
There have been
So there's
strange
5 people, and
There
So-
have been strange things going on around here.
Yes, let's see if we can find some tracks that will lead us to this
Yeah.
culprit.
Let's go outside. Maybe Tario needs help.
Yeah.
I'm pointing out the tracks of the eight-legged thing that creeped up the walls.
Oh, maybe we should follow those then.
Yeah.
Let's put a pin on
are-
that.
they are a little hard to follow. They go all the way up to the roof.
We already tried it last session.
Can
We did. Okay.
And they also come down near Iskren's window.
Okay. So somebody polymorphed in a spider, tried to kill me. Then he was killed. All that was left of him is this finger. And let's say that a vampire came out of the coffin, polymorphed into a spider, arrived in my room and tried to kill me. But then again, if he was dead, I wouldn't have a finger in my hand because a vampire would completely turn to ashes, I guess.
And
Talking out of folklore here.
and how did you get that finger?
It was just the only thing
Where's the rest of
left.
the body?
It was the only thing left from the one that tried to kill me.
All right then.
It seems to me you were rescued by somebody.
Yes, but it seems to me that this was all arranged.
Yeah, arranged as in a ruse. Yeah.
It does sound all a bit too
Convenient.
convenient. Yes.
I'll leave the thinking to you. I'll go to one of the corpses, and I start to check out how they were killed,
Yeah.
and if I can see any tracks, even though it's difficult now.
I wave him through when the Boros try to stop him.
I'm going to. GM, you said the tracks went over the roof, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So can I climb?
So it went up
Yeah.
5 stories,
Yeah.
skipped over the roof,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm assuming you climbed up to see this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And made a bit of a U-turn,
Yes.
and then went down to Iskren's room. So basically, where Ervis's room is on the left side of the building if you stand in front of it,
Yeah.
the right-hand side is where Iskren's room is.
Okay. And they're not the same level, right? Or
Subtle slant in the building. As you go to the right-hand side of the building, the floor actually rises a little, so that the guests that are brought to the guest quarter actually go up to the first floor instead of the ground floor.
yeah, like that. So yeah.
So if Iskren would try and jump out of his window, that would hurt.
Yeah.
If Ervis would have tried to jump out of his window, that would just be that.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
Maybe you can follow some tracks
Yeah.
of humanoids coming out of the window. If Herbes came out that way.
Yeah. Can I check those tracks?
You can do me a survival check for that.
I will help him and guide him.
It is
That's something
necessary.
I could help with, but
In the meantime, I go outside to Dario.
Do I still have to roll 1d4 or
Yeah.
not?
Yes.
It's always fun.
26.
Nice.
26.
So basically, 4 people arrived at the window of Ervis.
4.
2 of them were carrying the coffin. 2 of them were not. You can see because they are more indented in the ground and less indented in the ground. 2 people entered Ervis's room and passed something to the 2 that were waiting outside. The coffin was put on the ground, and the 2 that were waiting outside then left carrying something, which you can tell because they have now slightly deeper footprints.
So they left with something too.
Yep.
Like the butler,
For example.
perhaps.
They
Yes,
substituted the butler for a coffin.
Yes, but why?
And the 2 people that went into the room, either they perfectly managed to retrace their steps, or they never left the room through the garden.
So they might be still in the building.
They could be.
Maybe they're shapeshifters.
You have heard of shapeshifters.
Yes, I know shapeshifters.
You felt shapeshifters.
Yeah.
made you feel all
You're not eager to recall shapeshifters.
I know one.
Really?
There's
Oh,
actually one that polymorph. There's actually,
Ah,
and as a gruul you would know this, there are things in the plane of Ravnica
yeah.
that can change their form.
yeah, like
some kind of-
Loxodons.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I know what you mean.
Not
Okay,
just through magic, but through innate ability.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And they are highly sought after by devious guilds such as the Orzhov.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Maybe
Are there any
more
others?
the other guys. What was their name?
Ragnos?
Dimir?
No, Golgari.
Dimir.
Dimir, not officially known.
Oh, really?
Golgari
Oh, sorry.
would potentially have some use for shapeshifters as well.
Golgari.
All right. So there is a possibility that these people are still here. But
Yeah.
how do we find them? Very good. I know how to find them. Did we put the house in lockdown? Somebody said nobody come out, nobody come in?
Yeah, the Boros said that.
Very well.
We did something useful.
Let's put everybody in the same room and we will proceed to interrogation. I have the right thing for it.
The zone of truth. Oh!
Yes. Everybody, let's group everybody up in one room. And we're gonna have tryouts.
Okay. Perhaps I should disguise myself or try to be stealthy. So when things go bad, I get the drop on things.
Okay.
Give me the mustache again.
All right.
Do we still get our interview with the guy with the Boros outside, or is that no
Yep,
longer?
Claudio, you and Sorval went outside to ask things of the Boros guard while the rest is organizing a gathering of the
And
servants
Xanthos
in the
was
mansion.
also outside looking at the corpses, if I remember correctly.
Who's also outside?
Xantharot.
Okay. So, okay, the three of you. There is a happy person that has not been. What the fuck is that, Phil? That has not been on duty for a very extended period of time and denied coffee breaks more often than not. And he's going like, "Yep. Oh, you're the investigation guys. You're the investigation guys."
Yes, we are. What do you know? What can you tell us about the situation?
Not very much. There's a couple of folk turned up dead. They appear to have no more blood in their body. We know this because they appear to have no more blood in their body. And they
Okay,
are not
very good.
breathing, and they are not moving, which is generally a sign that they're dead.
Could be.
Yes.
Yes.
And most people
We
die when
had
they have
the
no more blood.
expert team of goblin assistants poke them with sticks, and they did not move.
Okay, and where are those bodies now?
And he just points at the street where you see like 5 corpses dressed in Orzhov livery, with empty sheets that would contain swords, probably, lying next to them.
Okay. Thank you very much. Keep on duty.
You can also see very clearly there are puncture wounds in the neck area.
Okay.
Our
Thank you for the
conclusion
information.
is it's probably vampires.
Maybe not.
We'll-
That's
we'll-
why
we'll
we are
do-
here.
We'll do our own check.
Let's not spread rumors.
Might also be gruel.
Don't tell people that it were vampires. We first have to.
I
See.
read you loud and clear.
Okay.
Hear ye, people! Our investigators have practically cracked the case. It's most likely cruel barbarians.
What?
I stand up. I look around.
Like that one.
Hashtag fake news. Okay.
I go over to Zentorot.
Try and avoid things that look like they're giant motherfucking scary crocodiles.
I go stealth.
Is er niet daar?
Sorval,
Oh, yes.
is that guy just asking for an ass whooping or what?
I think that guy is asking for an emotion.
Okay,
To fishing bait.
fair enough.
Je ziet mij zo de nervous twitch maken. Zo.
All right.
So, did you discover anything?
I don't know. Let's go check it out.
Okay, let's go check it out. Let we go over to the corpse. Hey, we look down at one of the corpses. I
Okay.
suppose?
So, Oars of Livery, there is a very clear bite mark in the neck of the corpse. And you can see that there is no blood on the edges of the wound, nor congealed, nor like still flowing. There is no splatter, which you would normally associate with violent deaths that involve having a throat ripped out. It's just a very pale corpse. There is also no pooling of blood in the zones that are lying down on the ground, which you would normally expect with a corpse.
Okay, I am going to do an investigation roll just to see if I see anything else that is out of. That would point at something else than a vampire. Wait, that's wrong.
Ask Santarot's help.
I'm not good in investigating. I can check if there is
Ah.
no blood in there. I can check if it's actually bitten, because puncture wounds doesn't mean bitten, and I know my fair share about bite marks. I'm good at them. So that's what I can do. So that's what I will do.
Okay.
While they are doing the investigation, I check with the Boros agents there. If the Boros soldiers, if there are any known eyewitnesses to the crime.
Are you asking to one of the officers that you've talked to before, or are you going to a completely random other one?
Yeah, the one that's still standing next to me, shouting in my ear.
Well, considering that it happened at night, there were very few witnesses. At least we think it happened at night, because nobody reported this before evenfall.
Okay, so there are no known eyewitnesses. All right, thank you.
No, we do think that the victims saw what happened, but sadly enough, they are not. They were brutally mauled by, as I've heard, cruel barbarians.
No, you did not hear that.
I turn around and I say,
One of the things we also are currently investigating, or at least our crack team of investigators led by the great Sorval, they're currently investigating this strange route of maybe vampire lizard barbarians.
Do I hear this? Or
No.
sad.
You're a lizard.
A blizzard.
do I hear this?
Oh yes, you do.
Be right back, guys.
Sorval, he really wants an ass whooping, doesn't he?
I think you will find I'm not in the market for ass whoopings. I am in the market for a cup of coffee. Very, very delectable resource that is currently lacking. But as I've said before, Sorval is currently leading an investigation. He's an up-and-coming star in the Boros Legion. We are totally proud to have him. And he said, with 99% certainty, vampire lizard cruel barbarians.
So, Boros guy, if you have coffee, will your brain come back?
My mother always used to say, I had the brain of a rock.
Yeah, and they say
Yeah.
I'm stupid. Oh, whatever. I start smelling the body to smell if it smells death, if it's not faked, and then I want to see if it is really drained because of a bite, and if the bite is
Okay.
actually a bite mark, and not just a needle puncture wound or something.
Okay. Very good. Um, I'm gonna let that go on perception.
Perception, alrighty.
That you're using your senses.
Yes. 19.
Nice.
Okay. The strange thing is, these corpses smell of poison.
I poke
They
with my
also
finger in one of them.
appear to have been dead for longer than a day.
I'm going to prick with my long nail in one of them so that I have a little bit of juice left and see if there's something dripping out of my finger. And then I'm going to slightly touch it on my tongue to taste if what that could be and then spit it out.
Roll me a stamina check. That's a thing in this.
Constitution or
Constitution, that's the one.
save?
Save. Roll a save.
Natural one.
Okay, so,
Medic!
something touches your tongue, and your vision goes black. You don't hear anything anymore. You don't feel anything specifically. What the two friends that are near you see is that you just, like, your eyes actually fog over with this black haze. And a bit of spittle forms at the edge of your mouth, which turns into foamy kind of things. And you fall face down on the ground next to the corpse.
Yeah, I literally call medic.
I try to
Luckily
examine
enough,
Santarat.
Do I hear this?
you hear in the background. Luckily enough, Sorvo?
Yes, Santarat, did you tell me what you were going to do or not?
You
Well,
saw
we saw
him.
poke him
Yes,
and
but
tasting and then going down, so...
he
Nope,
he
I
hadn't
didn't
told
say
me anything
anything.
about potion or anything.
I didn't say anything.
You
I'll
see
try
him
to
poke
examine
the
him to
dead body.
see what's going on with him.
Are there
Um,
any Boros medics around?
Not really. There's beat cops, basically, and considering there were corpses, they don't really know why
Can
they would
I
send in
roll
medics.
medicine to see if I can notice what's wrong with him?
Yes, you can.
I have a 0, that means I can't help, right?
He appears to be out cold, foaming from the mouth, and his eyes have fogged over black but are still open.
Do I?
Also, he's bleeding from his nose where he fell on, hitting the cobbles.
Yeah. Then
Okay.
I go towards the sound of the pump.
I assume that he's poisoned,
It's
And-
very likely.
and I cast laser restoration.
Okay. You come to your senses, Santarov, but find that you are kind of paralyzed still. You
I-
feel
I-
like something has stopped your muscles from moving. You can observe the outside world, but you cannot move a muscle.
Am I anywhere around or?
If you want, you can go and check on them because they're taking a long time and you don't hear any coffin smashing noises.
Yeah, like that.
I
Okay.
give-
Do I come downstairs or?
I give him a tap on the cheek to see if he's awake or not.
So basically, as both of you arrive at the scene, you see like Sorval looking down at a face-down crocodile on the ground. There is a cow trying to smack it in the face.
Okay. I cast my second laser restoration on him, trying to cure paralysis.
And that works. You regain control of your muscles, Santarov.
What happened?
What I found out is that they're poisoned, as you saw. is that they are dead for more than a day. So this is, what was the word? A setup?
Okay.
Yeah.
After I hear this, I try to grab some of the people of the household to check if they actually recognize the.
I'm pretty sure everybody's still inside.
Yeah, I know, but we can still grab one and check if they even recognize these or
Shouldn't we get the
Can I check the
owner of the
poison
house
with
for that?
yeah, we just met him. He doesn't know that stuff.
Fine. Shouldn't at least one of the butlers? They seem to know what's going on here.
Yeah, that's someone of the household.
Okay.
Can I,
Maybe
can I
Ishkren
try
knows
to
them.
distill the poison?
Hmm?
Can I try to distill the poison with my poisoner's kit?
Like distilling poison takes a long time.
Yeah, but
Like
can I check
you
it?
can't just go like, now I have the poison too.
No, but can I take a sample of it? Like,
Oh, of course you can, if you can find it.
all right.
It's in
Can
Santaro.
I? This is going to feel a little bit funny, Xantro.
But hey, I noticed that Ishkren and Volta are also here. I'm like, Ishkren,
Yes,
have you seen these guys before?
I look at these
Because they've
guys.
been dead.
Have I seen them before?
They are nondescript guards that stand around the house keeping ruffians out.
Yes, I've seen them
Because
before.
I find strange that they don't have their weapons.
And they're dead for more
Guards
than a day.
without.
Everything is strange and everything is arranged here.
Yes, but these guards are dead for longer than a day, and they don't have their weapons on them. Guards without weapons. That's strange.
Because whoever killed them substitute themselves to them. They kept them dead for a few days, while in the meanwhile they were having their appearances, so that we didn't miss the guards.
I look around if I see any of the guards that should be here at the moment.
Well, there are a couple of guards that are just like anxiously standing very close to the mansion, keeping an eye on the proceedings outside.
I motions to one of them to come over.
He goes like points at himself like,
Yes, you come here.
oh no. And he comes up and he goes like, hello, sir?
Yes, hello. Do you recognize these people?
Yeah. They were in. They were also in the service of Lord Proud.
Okay. Who can tell me if they should have been on duty yesterday? This night, I mean.
They were off duty. They had like 3 days off.
Where are the guards that should have been on duty last night?
No, I was on duty. I should have finished my shift by now, but I wasn't allowed to leave.
Good.
The Boros guy, and he points at the guy that is currently proclaiming Sorval has tracked down all the villains and potentially single-handedly slew a vampire barbarian gruel monstrosity
Yes, he
of
did.
approximately 8 feet tall with broad muscles and wearing half an ogre as
How does he
clothing.
know all this?
Okay.
Impressive.
And
It's
you
all
guys
true.
saw nothing last night?
No, we stood our patrol, and then it became really foggy. But that happens once in a while, and I must have lost track of time because then it was morning, and nothing had happened. And then there was a lot of commotion, and there were corpses in the street.
What do you mean you lost track of time?
It happens when you are a soldier as well. If you run the beat for long enough, after a while, it just you zone out.
Yes, but
Did you
normally
drink
you still
something
remember what you
yesterday?
do.
Well, oh yes, the head butler did offer us something to drink. He brought us all a beer to
You
keep
still
us
have
warm in the cold of night.
Do you still have the cups of it?
I don't know. We usually give them back so they get washed in the kitchen.
Iskren, isn't that the guy who's missing?
Yes, yes, he is. But Sorval,
Yes.
we're not going anywhere with this.
No, we're not.
If the assassins are still here, we need now to put everybody in the same room. You can use your divine sense to see if anybody here is a fiend or something.
I don't think we will find those.
Then we should stop looking for them here.
Indeed. Will you do that? I have to go and talk to a
Yeah.
certain
Actually,
force officer.
I will enlist Xantarot to group up every present person in the living room.
I'll help.
I can do that. I
I,
walk around
look-
and I'll just start pushing and grabbing people in one room.
I also have the physique for this task.
Yeah.
I get the feeling
Torio
I
and
can handle
Xantarot,
this.
go bouncing.
I look at the guard. I'm like, if you just help us with this, you will be able to go to sleep afterwards.
No, he has to join. He's one of the guy present.
Yes, that's why he has to help us with that, and then after we've done what Iskren proposed, then he can go and sleep. If he's
As
not one of the
you
guilty ones.
round up all the servants, I would like both Xantaroth and Taurio to roll me a d20.
Not intimidation.
Nope.
9.
Whoa!
9.
Okay,
I got one more.
Taurio, rounding up people, you come across 3 figures that are slumped against the wall. And Xantaroth, you find one such individual. Plain. Their face is, at very best, nondescript, androgynous. They are humans, you think, probably. And each of them has a single blackened dagger stabbed through their heart with their own right hand on it.
Bloody hell. Um, do I recognize the species, or do I recognize anything specific about them except being it?
There's the ones that you find are 2 men and 1 woman. If you inspect that far, but they do not have beards or long hair or anything. They're just very. You would pass them by in the street and not even notice them.
Yeah. Okay. I dragged the body to a nearby empty room so we can investigate them in detail later.
I do the same thing.
I inform the rest of the party when I cross them during the roundup or whatever, when I see them.
Alrighty.
So
So
you just found 4 people that allegedly killed themselves?
Yes.
With a black
They don't have any remarkable features or anything. Do I even know if they're human, elven? What were they
they
like?
appeared to be human. They could have been elven. You didn't really check the ears that much.
Is Vulta here?
Yes.
Vulta.
Are they?
Their boots, do they correspond to the tracks that you found outside of the 4 people that entered this place?
Can I check this? The boots? Investigation?
Oh, you rolled a 26 on your check, so
Yeah, so can I...
But if he wants to roll again, this is a basic rule of DMing. If they want to roll, and
Alright,
it's
I
Let's
check
never
the
roll.
boots.
for them.
I check the boots.
The boots are very similar to the boot prints you found outside, but. Dag Martin.
Yeah, but...
But the boots are all that remains as you go see the corpses.
They're falling apart, or...
No. Basically, all that is left in the room after you are brought by your friends is 4 sets of boots.
wait, what?
What happened?
So
They were in front of us, the bodies. What happened to them?
No, they weren't.
What do you mean they weren't?
They found the corpses,
Yeah.
put them in a room, and came and fetched you guys.
Ah. Okay.
okay, now.
And
They
so-
were in 2 separate rooms.
Yep.
So both rooms are mother. Beep.
And it's more than boots. There's also
Be
like
right back, guys. Emergency.
okay. There's also clothing that the people were wearing.
Okay.
Uh,
So their body dissolved.
Is there any residue, or are the clothes in the still in the position the way I left the bodies, or
clothes are in a position that the bodies were laid out, but
One
the
thing I
bodies
wanted to
themselves are
ask-
gone.
Well, what I
Are-
wanted to ask before I put them away was, do I smell poison on the one I found?
No.
Okay. Then I
Um,
just dropped him and
And
Ruffling through the clothing, one of them does carry a vial of something. Not much left in it.
the daggers, are they gone?
The daggers are gone.
Okay. Is there still
There's a puncture wound where the dagger was thrust into the chest.
okay.
There is blood on the inside of the clothing where the dagger was pushed into the chest.
Okay.
On each of the 4 vests.
okay, so whoever did this is still, I mean, was here. Because he took also the knife. It's not like they just dissolved, or also the knives dissolved. I don't know. So probably somebody's still here, and it happened, I don't know, 6 seconds ago. Maybe we can still find them.
It would probably 3 minutes, 4 minutes
3
before
4
you.
minutes ago. Okay.
So they
guys.
had a small window of time.
Yeah, I think.
but is it have we come across this before, this kind of act as our Boros background? Have you heard of something like this before in the barracks?
You've heard, but these are like welcome to the realm of urban myths. There are assassins that appear in the black of night and they kill people, and when they have finished their mission, they kill themselves and then they disappear, and nobody will ever know that they did it.
Okay.
How many did they find?
4, 3 men, 1 woman,
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm back.
1 woman. We don't mind that you are back. You don't have to apologize for being back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Come on, let's do this last thing of interrogating people, and then.
Yeah, but I think we found the 4 people,
Possibly.
the 4 people who brought the.
But why wouldn't they remove them before we find them?
They removed themselves.
But the dagger is also gone, so somebody else did it.
Is there any residue of the dagger itself? Can I see if it has been dissolved or not? Yeah, I suck at the investigation, so I'm not even gonna roll.
Can I investigate this?
I would like for people who know Arcane
I have
to
1.
make me an Arcana check.
nope.
No, you mean trained. Proficient.
more
Uh,
than zero.
More than 0.
More than 0. Okay.
Don't have
I have
Arcana.
1. So I can assist.
I have 0, so go for it, man.
So I have 0 as well.
Volta, the arcane knowledgeable.
We are the smart party.
Volta the Wise.
Oh,
Volta
God.
the Wise. Savior of
Not gonna end
mankind.
well.
and
Us
this
clerics
can-
use divine magic.
Rolo was our Arcana expert, I think.
I use a battle axe.
Volta,
Yes.
you, in your time in the Izzet, you have potentially, but this is a leap. But you are used to leaps because you once had a goblin and he leapt from airships. So
Yes.
the blackened daggers could have contained a spell, a bound spell that could be activated
Mm-hmm.
to teleport things away.
Have a sort of teleportation. Yeah.
Yep, that's the best you can come up with.
I share this with the party. So the dagger is the key. It's a sort of teleportation thingy-majingy.
Four teleportation thingamajingy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Yes.
all too convoluted, Volta.
Yes.
Why remove them now? Why not take them before? Why the daggers have the teleportation thing and not the bodies? Maybe or the whole. I mean, this is all very articulated, complicated, and I think it's pointed at
Maybe-
misdirecting us somehow.
But maybe
It's
they had
being
to
heavy.
wait. Maybe they had to wait to be sure that we were suspecting a vampire or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
And
Perhaps
know.
it was a.
I think
Perhaps they
that
want to
the
send some
misdirection
kind of
is failing because we have no direction, so we can't be.
Do,
All right, let's interrogate the people, and let's see what happens.
Okay. Are there any specific questions that you
So
have for the
basically, no.
interrogation?
Basically, once all the presents are in one room, I will explain to them in very simple, orderly terms. I will tell them, magic, it's a science. I am about to cast a spell on this room, not on you, on this room. But if anybody tries to resist this spell, I will know that you are trying to hide something from this investigation. And these people behind me, and I pointed Xantero Tentorio, will bite your heads off.
The dangerous cow mauling.
Yes.
I like that. Can I munch?
Volta,
Wait,
Volta wants
wait,
a
wait,
piece of
wait.
the action.
I look menacing.
Alrighty.
I look like a bull who's had a really, really rough day yesterday.
you look like a bull that's missing a horn.
No, it's not missing anymore.
Do I also have to roll an intimidation?
You're allowed to if you want to.
Do
You can
I
only
have to
make
roll it?
the job happier.
I suck at it, but no. That's not too bad. Not bad.
You growl your most threatening growl, but it kind of comes out like.
All right,
It's just
so
more creepy than dangerous.
Yeah, I think that's also very, very intimidating.
Okay, so
I would
you
like to
cast Sword of
cast this
Truth?
spell, and basically what happens is if somebody wants to resist, they can make a charisma saving throw. But I know if they succeed in the charisma saving throw. So if
So you
somebody
have
tries to resist, I will know that they tried to resist.
they are all trained Orders of Servants, so they kind of know better than to try and lie to their superiors.
Okay, very well.
So most of them will actually be truthful, depending on
But
the questions you ask, of course.
But we're trying to see if others who
No, yeah, basically,
are hidden in the group and are not people from here.
correct. All the
So
presents
the
at the
servants.
scene. Okay, if they are all odds of. Anyhow, the main use I want to do of this spell is if everybody willingly submits to it, then I already understand that they don't have anything to hide. But at least I will ask to anyone, do you know anything about these murders?
Okay, so what you get out of him is, Edvis was acting strange yesterday. He appeared much livelier than he usually was. He brought drinks around to the guards, which he brought back the mugs empty to the kitchen and ordered them to be washed immediately. He personally attended making a drink for Iskren in the evening.
Ah, yeah. I was also paralyzed last night.
He then went missing. There are a few new hires in the staff, which they're not in this room at the moment. But they probably were also hired by Ervis. Because he had the authority to do that, and Gellon didn't know anything about it.
Were it 4
No, it were
new
3.
hires?
There were 5 new hires.
5.
What was the position of these hires?
They were one scullery maid, two general cleaners, one guard, and one who was like religiously involved. He was some sort of a guidance counselor
Yeah.
for the servants.
Yeah, basically, that's probably the fifth one. Is the one that was supposed to impersonate me, but I didn't die. Because I was also under the effect of the same poison. But luckily for me, my mysterious benefactor saved me. This I explained to my party in private session. What I do not understand, and that's why I doubt all this, is sure, so who died in the end? A couple of people of, pardon me, relatively low importance?
5 guards.
Yeah, why all this? What is the if their main aim was to substitute themselves for spying or for some reason, then why would we find their bodies? They would have
What was
hidden
the
the
goal?
bodies.
As long as we
Yeah,
don't know
what
what
was
they
the
want.
goal of killing these people outside on the street to let them found? This whole fuss. Something is weird.
They weren't killed on the street. They were left on the street.
They were left on the street. Yeah. So to do what?
Perhaps to send a message or to how do I say this? To put the Orzov clan in a bad daylight?
Or maybe to make it seem like you were killed by a vampire accidentally or just randomly, so we wouldn't be suspicious.
So it's
that we
still
would be
the
looking
it's
for a
still the
vampire.
Simic then. I mean, do we have other enemies? If it's personal,
We've made a few enemies
yeah.
already.
But I mean,
James.
who can I think of? Only some bandits and the Simics, and the bandits that didn't seem very organized to do this kind of work.
Ja.
You're forgetting de shit, ik ben de naam kwijt van de clan. Roodzwaard.
Ragdos.
Ragdos?
Ja.
The Ragdos clan of the Izzet Hotel?
That
the guys
seems
at the
that
hotel?
seems. I mean, possible, absolutely.
Yeah.
It just seems to me a bit convoluted for Rakdos.
Ragdos is more the kind of smash your face into
Yeah,
the
right.
chimney.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Point
is
taken.
actually
Closer to
quite-
Gruul
quite-
than
All right. I'm just saying. Fine. We understand in a way what's happening here, but I don't see where we go from here.
Belangrijk vraagje. Was de eigenaar er ook bij in de groep?
Ellen?
Ja.
I would
Um,
not presume to do this if he doesn't want to.
Die
So,
was erbij, maar die weet van weinig hierbij.
Oké.
He did like attempt to
yeah,
resist the
I mean,
spell,
but I will not.
but only for
disrespect
like
him.
personal questions if
Yeah.
you would ask them of him.
I
well,
look at this
Het is,
guy like,
het is maar dat we weten dat hij geen clone is op dit moment.
Ja.
Doppelganger.
Beste dat jullie kunnen afleiden, geen doppelganger, geen clone, gewoon Gellum.
What about your divine sense, Zorba?
yeah, I'll use it. So, Divine Sense again.
There are no celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet of you.
Okay.
Although you get an undead radiance from Iskren,
Yes.
but it's from something on Iskren's person, not Iskren himself. Herself. Itself.
I ask
Themselves.
Iskren if I can see the finger again.
Sure.
Do I sense the undead aura from there?
No.
Okay. I just tell him that I sense an undead aura from him.
Yes. That's probably from this. I show him my coin.
Most certainly.
Okay. That explains that. Okay. I just trust Iskren to know what he's doing, so. Okay.
All
I want
right.
to say something,
I
but
guess
don't.
we should wrap this up.
I look at Ishkan and like, we said Ragdos. How can we be sure that it were them?
No, I don't. I don't think it's. I'm not
No,
sure
no, I
it's
mean
them.
before. How are we certain that it was Ragdos that gave us trouble?
What do you mean? Somebody
Because
else?
now I'm beginning to doubt everything.
Yeah, yeah. Don't do that, Sorval. I mean, there is a limit to deception.
I do throw up again the or
You
I,
throw
or
up
I-
again.
yeah, inside my mind. It's I got some nice grass from yesterday,
Role
and
play.
this is my third chewing.
Mind cuts.
No,
Well,
I just remind
Keep
the
milking this
party
joke as far as it can go.
I'm just reminding the party of about the eight-legged thingy that excretes poison that sounds like Simic.
Could be, yeah, yeah, true.
Eight-legged, isn't that something the Golgari would use?
Are we already in enemies with the Golgari?
No, not really,
Not yet. I
not
hope.
yet. But perhaps I can check.
We haven't shit in their bed yet, as far as I know.
you're certain about that?
Okay, the only thing that makes sense then it's that somebody wanted to send us a message, like we can get you any place, anywhere, and in very convoluted ways.
Yes, but now that I think about it, we already made an unknown enemy before near the temple.
Yes, the raid something thingamajiggy.
Who was this?
We still don't know. There was just some.
It was your bad landing.
Yes, the bad landing.
Yeah, we
guys
were
were
attacked by something in the muck
Yes.
near the
And
church.
something was speaking in a language I don't know.
Hmm.
And we're also undead.
Yes, there were many on that.
But you know, I'm not.
I
I'm not
remember
against.
us surviving it.
I'm
So.
not against undead per se, but
Yeah,
right.
But those assassins that have a reputation of doing their job and disappearing, those that are more legend than anything else. What guild would use them if they existed?
The thing is, no guild really suits that. Like, the Golgari do use assassins, but definitely uncommon occurrences. The Orzhov might use assassins if someone is really being annoying, but they have better ways of dealing with people like that. And
So
Ragdos assassins have a very different kind of style and aesthetic.
Yeah.
So there is
So
there is a
that,
gap in the market. We should exploit it.
That means that there is at least one force here busy that we have no knowledge about.
Could be guildless, could be primordial beings, could just be like things related to the Merc.
Mono zwart of mono blauw. Geen guild.
Wow. Jace. It must be Jace. Fuck Jace. Okay.
Jeskai Dex.
Did you guys made a powerful recently?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Did you guys made a powerful enemy recently?
You know, we had a few
Multiple.
altercations with the Simids, but
And the Rakdos
And the
and an
Rakdos.
unknown entity. And did I forget anything?
all right.
all
All right.
we-
I guess you know we can release these people, and I don't know. You Boros do the thing that you do. There is no more
Well,
bodies.
I
There is no
usually
more
break
bodies. There is no more bodies to bring to the morgue or anything. So yeah.
Yes, I don't think we can
Is the
do here much more.
Jorit,
The
do I know
fairies.
someone in the
Why
guild
are the fairies our enemies?
investigate this any further?
yeah, no, they're my enemies. I hate ferries.
How are you going to cross a river without a ferry?
Okay, Dario, what did you say?
Do we know someone in the Boros Legion who can investigate this further?
Yes.
You.
It will kind of like the moment you mention it to your superiors, they will kind of go like, "You are doing a good job. I am interested in the results you will produce."
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good test of your skill
In
while
fact-
we think about
in
what
fact-
task to assign you.
In fact, I'll tell you what, Tario, when you write this report, there is no assassins and there are also no victims. So, in fact, there is no case.
Well,
There's
There's
no
just corpses in the
corpses
street.
outside.
That's
no gruel
and a
found by
missing
a
and a
barbarian.
missing person.
Have we already examined the butler's room?
Yes,
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Twice?
Okay.
you've been thoroughly through it.
Did you destroy that bloody coffin?
Nope, still out in the street.
Go,
Perhaps we
Xantarot.
could burn
Let's have this little win today. Smash that thing.
I smashed that thing.
Alrighty, hit that.
No, I just cast Firebolt on it.
Firebolt and smash. Okay.
And I say, Santarot, stay back.
Ui.
Wait, I cannot smash?
You can use your fireball after the smash. Let the guy have his fun.
Okay, smash it first.
Woohoo! I start smashing it up.
Okay. As you are hitting it,
Not like the Loxodon.
Uncalled for.
smash that coffin.
Smash that trunk.
You. No, that's more Volta's shtick.
I write the shoe puff.
I do prepare a Firebolt.
And
A
now it,
Fireball for when he's finished.
Fireball?
You
The
see
Fireball.
this thing skitter out of it, which was in the packed dirt.
it's a mimic. I knew it.
That looks like a spidery creature
I try to grab it
as a
immediately.
as a like a symbol, like on a metal disc, a spidery creature with a single eye in the middle of it.
To
Can we try to catch it?
I try to grab it immediately.
is it the Golgari symbol? No.
Yeah, it is a Golgari symbol. It is the Diener symbol. Sorry.
Sorry.
Is that? I'm gonna throw it in the general chat. There we go. That's what it looks like on a circle.
All right. Hate those decks.
But it scurries out of it.
No, it's a metal disc, and as he's smashing it, the metal disc like flies out of it through the force of the impact.
Oh.
Have
Okay,
we
I
seen it before?
go to it, I grab it, and I show it to Iskren.
What is this?
Oh, Iskren, roll history. Oh yes. There is this urban legend about a 10th guild,
Right.
and it is said to have fallen into disrepair. You have seen the guild pact symbol in your lessons, and these used to be somewhat of a postal service. Like they would bring messages from one part of town to the other, and they would keep knowledge. And some people say that they turned bad. That they were cast out by the other guilds because they were using the information that they gained to get more power and more control over the other guilds, and thus they were forced to disband.
The only thing I hate
So it's
about
secret
secrets
plan.
is when people go around and tell them and reveal them. But what do we have to do with them? How did we mess up with whatever?
Do
plan?
you tell us?
Of
this
course, I tell
story?
the whole thing in the DM voice.
Okay.
I turn around, I start smashing more.
Very well.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
Demir.
that was completely hidden, right?
Why do they have something against us? Oh no, wait. Why against us?
Well, they did target you, so
Did they?
Yeah, maybe. Wait, the coffin thing was brought in by these guys. Most
Do
probably the thing that saved me. Maybe the thing that saved me was a Demir.
Yeah. Did I get a good look at what was watching me?
Not really good, but you have an idea.
Yeah. Does it look like, resemble like
De
this
juffrouw
symbol,
nog niet
or
antwoord.
something I could relate it to?
Could relate it the more than four legs. Singular eye. You kind of remember a singular eye looking at you. So yeah, it could have something to do with it.
Yeah. So I go to Istria and I say I was watched this morning, as I told you before, by something that looked like this symbol. It went up the walls, to the walls in his attempt to escape us, and it escaped.
Yeah, it's not the
I have
first time
seen,
that I feel some spidery presence. In fact.
yeah, and I've seen that the spider also visited this house because of the markings in the wall.
Yeah.
So perhaps this thing is or helping us or trying to attack us. One of those things.
Yes. Either it's a friend or an enemy, right? Pretty
Yeah.
much.
I like this gruel logic
Maybe a
going on.
frenemy?
Yeah. How do we, even if it is an enemy, how do we call it out in the open?
For the moment, this thing is communicating by murdering people. So I
Yeah.
guess when it feels that it's the time to have a discussion with us, it will start to write it in blood on a mirror. I don't know.
Yeah.
If I can use my simple brain and add something to it, I think if it wants us dead, it would have already killed us. So
I agree.
But
if murdering things is its way of communicating, that's a fucked up way of communicating, and that's coming from me.
but they might already have tried to kill Ishkran.
Yesterday night, I was under the effect of the same poison. I was also paralyzed, and somebody tried to kill me, and then somebody else saved me. Though
But
the person, the entity that saved me did not reveal itself.
So maybe now that we know that you or we are being followed by the spider thingy,
Yeah.
maybe we just try to keep an eye on him or
Yeah.
it. I don't
Also,
know.
I think
to keep in mind that the one who poisoned you was also most likely the one who had this amulet.
the one poisoned me was the butler, of course. He made
Yeah,
me
you
the
think
drink.
he was the butler.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the one impersonating the butler. I think we are not safe. When I say we, I mean me. And
Perhaps we should find a lodging where we
yes,
can.
we can stay all together. It's time to move somewhere all together, guys.
Thanks.
Nope.
Okay.
Perhaps we should
Didn't we
make
have
our
a
own.
house?
Basically,
Didn't we
being
have a
allowed to
house?
stay at the barracks is kind of a favor.
No, I would never stay in that wonderful place.
Nice correction there.
As you are standing outside and chatting, you do see the morning soldier pass by and go into a music store. And he comes out with a bagpipe, gleefully rubbing his hands and
What?
going like, "They will have never heard anything like this in the morning."
I point at him. I'm like, don't even try that with us.
Didn't we have a house like the thing that we stole from some bandits with the circle, the portal thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have, but that's a bit outside of town.
yeah. Well, good.
Let's swap you back to the Shademerk map.
Maybe we should use that
So that is
as a base of operations. Yeah, good, very good.
Yeah, but so wouldn't you be safer in the air on an airship?
Do we have an airship?
Not yet.
We have information how to get one.
In fact, a mobile hiding place would be even better. Yes. I like that
We
idea.
could do that.
Let's do that. Step 1, find safety. And I like flying safety.
Yeah, okay.
So I think
we have to go
let's
to-
wrap the situation up. You do your little report, and let's go get us that airship.
Okay.
We also still have to find the butler.
The butler was allied with whoever organized this whole thing.
That's why we have to find
Or
him.
kidnapped.
Yeah, well, but there are no tracks, so
No,
Yeah, there
are
were
no
tracks. They dragged them away.
Yeah.
There were literally tracks of some of them carrying the coffin inside and carrying something outside.
okay. Just one thing though: those bodies, keep them in storage because I feel that my magical powers are bringing me to a place where I will be able to communicate with them after they're dead. So don't burn them.
Okay. By the way, I go and examine the tracks of the that
Leave this place. Where do
that
the,
leave the
do
base with
tracks go?
something dragging with them.
Yeah. Can we follow those tracks?
You can follow them until they hit solid stone.
Is there
And
any?
where is that?
The street.
Can I grow to good? Alright.
Yeah, you never
Is
know.
there?
Yeah.
There's nothing that we can really do to follow them after that, right?
Suspiciously tricky.
Perhaps we should communicate with our clans to see if they have a knowledge of this place and this strange symbol.
Yes, I will. I will go to Boros barracks and go try to find some extra information about the tent guild.
I tried to help Thorval, but yeah, it's Taurio. That's not being really helpful.
Yes, the disc was completely hidden. It was in the dirt of the coffin.
So if there was any,
It didn't have an aura,
no.
but it was also completely hidden.
So even if it had, I would not have sensed it.
Nope.
Okay.
So Sorval,
Yes.
I destroyed the coffin. Do you still want to burn it?
I just pointed that I cast a firebolt on it.
Not
Just
a
to
waste
be
of
sure.
magic at all.
No, that's a cantrip. That's a cantrip for
You
me.
know
So
firebolt?
Airbolt.
I have firebolt.
Hey.
Cleric now.
I have a battle axe.
He's a useful cow.
have a big
I'm
sword.
pretty sure the wood that was remaining was already too small to really use battle axe on it.
Basically, it smolders a bit as you blast it because it's still a bit wet. But eventually, it just gets incinerated.
I keep throwing firebolts on it until it's burning.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Can I draw the symbol on a piece of? What do I have here?
Skin.
Of your dead enemies.
Skin. Yeah, skin of my dead enemies. Piece of skin and keep it so I can see if somebody else recognizes it.
Sure, you can.
Okay, so I do
Okay.
that.
One thing that I want to do, is there a common sense roll to see if I should actually go around asking questions about the 10th guild? If that's a good idea, or if that's just a way to be.
There is such a thing, and it's called Ask Iskren.
Look at this, I'm like, would it be a good idea to go around asking questions
People
about
about a guild of assassins that ruthlessly kills anyone that tries to get information on it.
No. No.
Then I will have to go
we are now
very.
we are now in the field of shadow war. Sorwell, we need to be very
Okay.
careful.
Then there's only
Misinformation
one person
is what
I
we
can go
And
and
in-
ask.
Meanwhile, in the background, you hear,
And then Sorval tore out the throat of the vampire with his own bare
Yes.
hands
In
because he
fact-
had turned into a bear.
Exactly. In fact, I look at Sorval and I say that is the kind of people that we need. Those
True.
sharing fake news.
I would
I know
probably.
one. I know one. Oh no, wait, that's real life.
There's only one person I can ask this. That's the commander.
Yes, probably you should at
The only
least
one
inform
I can ask that.
Eleander.
Fine. I'll go to him now. Will you keep the disc with you?
Oh yes, please.
Okay. Then we know
Okay.
who has the disc.
So, are you splitting up the party again?
No, let's not do that.
No, we're keeping everybody together.
Let's not do that.
Sorval, Iskren is not getting out of the
Or sides.
sight
Yes.
of us.
I agree.
So,
I propose that we first go to the commander.
Sure, let's
Yeah.
go.
Can't think
I
about.
wanna
game
leave
at
this
the
place
moment.
actually. Yeah, I don't want to be here. I will take
While
my
we're
leave
on our way-
from Gatland, and I will say it is possible that I will leave for some time. Thank you for the hospitality.
Oh, did you get everything you required?
Almost. There's only one thing I miss. With your permission, I would like to take it with me.
Oh, if it is within my power to provide you, I
Kaya.
will. That's not a thing.
Well,
He's a valued servant in my household.
I understand. And
It'll set you back 20 gold.
deal.
And he motions, and out of a cupboard comes floating a piece of parchment on which he makes an ownership deed that you now have taken possession of the Orzhov servant Taya, who is to be your maidservant at any time for as long as you require. She will get monthly wages totaling up to 5 gold if she performs adequately.
All right. Perfect.
I go up to Krovik. Like, Krovik, I think you can let people go now. And,
All right.
We solved the case. It was a vampire.
It was a vampire after all, and I thought it was a cruel barbarian.
Vampire.
No, it was a vampire.
Vampire,
Take care
cruel
of it.
barbarian, bear.
Lizard.
Close to it. Close to it.
Three
But I
quarter
took care
bear,
of it.
1/4 lizard. Shake very hard.
Bear lizards. Vampiric, cruel bear lizard barbarians.
No, it was a vampire that disguised himself as a girl.
You just see like the wheels spinning in his head and going like,
It's a good thing you saved us from that.
Yes, I'm
but-
glad to have done so.
Voordat
I-
we weggaan, zorg ik ook dat de guards die nog altijd niet off shift gegaan zijn, dat die ook naar huis kunnen gaan.
great minds.
All right. So yeah.
Okay, so you guys head over to Eliander, who, considering that it's day and we're cresting 11, how are you going to get to the Boros barracks?
Can we pass a weapon shop or something like that?
Is the
he's
sky
our favorite goblin around.
the
Orange. Or whatever.
OJ.
got it.
OJ.
How many passengers can we fit on a Skyrock?
Usually 2 and a rider.
Oké. Wel, we hebben sowieso transportatie van de Foggy Tower. Dus oftewel kunnen we daar horses or carriage of whatever.
Yeah, let's
let's
get some
Take
carriage.
horses.
We're
Pantheros.
still
Do you-
on Boros duty, so
Do you know the Foggy Tower?
Yeah, we were.
we just came out of it.
Yeah, I'm checking with Stantarov.
Huh.
Who is vacantly looking into space.
Yes. I heard
So
my
you
name.
know it, right?
What? What did I know?
While we mentioned the tower, we point to it.
Yes.
A
I know that.
massive hexagonal tower, off of which cascades this steam that disperses into the city fogs. And this tower is known in the Shademerg as the Fogger. And it is home to the Boros administration, as opposed to the Boros barracks and Boros prison.
But they don't give me merkfish, so that's why I leave it
Yeah,
alone.
but that's why I mentioned like that you have an idea of what it is. It's if you look at moving it back to this one. For a sense of scale, it's that thing. Like if you would look from the Prime Ground Estate, this is basically what you would see.
Okay.
Okay.
It's useful to have visual references. Anyway, as you guys are heading to the Fogger to grab the Skyrocks to get to the Boros barracks, you notice OJ is not around.
Oh, okay.
Which is strange because he's usually always bustling about and trying to sell people oranges or rides. But your favorite top-hatted goblin is not around. You do see another goblin dressed in what appears to be Izzet clothes, and that one notices Iskren and just screams and runs the other way.
Good.
Ishkren, what
Yes.
was that about?
Respect.
Okay, have you seen OJ around?
Have I seen what?
OJ.
As less as I can.
Yeah, normally he's around and we have to ignore him, so find it strange that he's not around now.
I find
Count
it a
your lucky
blessing.
stars and get to the
I
sky.
find it a blessing, I guess.
Yeah, let's count our blessings.
Alrighty. So you get to the Fogger without much of an incident. You are
And
allowed
keep
up.
an eye out for OJ.
And considering the respect that both Taurio and Sorval have managed to gather within the Boros Guild, they are actually granted Skyrock transportation for all party members.
Woohoo!
Okay, very good.
All right.
So you are brought to the Boros barracks. We finally get to move. It's
Wow.
Okay, what
good
did
to
you do at the entire
hear.
thing?
2 hours later.
5 hours later.
So you arrive at the Boros barracks. Xantaros, is this your first time flying?
This is my first time flying. I'm scared shitless.
It is an interesting experience, to say the least. You're sitting on the back of a massive, massive bird. Brown feathers with white pinions that stick out at the end. Hooded head. There is a Boros soldier in some sort of scale mail that is specifically made for this kind of thing. That is guiding the rock through the sky. You are sitting alone. Just so that you have enough space, because you're a big crocodile. And it's smooth flight. It's higher than you would like. It might
Oh,
not be
yes.
your favorite experience.
Definitely not.
Um, if you would be so kind as to roll me a Constitution saving throw, that you do manage, and it's quite enjoyable after like the initial boink where you go up into the air. The landing, a little bit hazy about that. Not your favorite part, not at all. But it's a pretty straight landing because you're landing into the tower, which its own kind of special set of moments as you are flying straight towards the tower on a bird. But a hatch opens and you actually land inside the tower, perfectly safe. 9 out of 10 good experience, would be better with food on the flight.
But the food was flying, so
Yeah, that was my thing. At first, I thought like, "Oh, this is food," and then we went up, and I was like, "Huh? Excuse me."
Can't bite the bird. Can't bite the bird.
Mm,
Okay, you are then foisted into an elevator that takes you all the way up to Eliander's office. Eliander's office, the kind of Spartan Boros style place where the retired Commander General holds his fort at the moment. He's a Dragonborn, red Dragonborn. Um, at his back is a large shield that depicts the Boros symbol, and he leans back a little as he sees you all enter. Ah, friends, come in.
Hello, Captain, and I salute.
Yeah, I also do my salute, obviously.
Also salutes you while seated. And he goes, "What can I do for you today?"
Well, sir, we were just at the Prime Ground Manor.
Ah,
because
yes, the investigation. How fares it?
Well, we kind of hit a dead end at the moment.
Was it the corpses?
The corpses seemed to have been killed by a vampire, but we discovered that they were actually killed by poison, and they were already dead for more than a day.
That
We
is
also,
unusual.
yes, we think it was to make us think that there was a vampire around, because there was also a coffin inside the manor. But we also found something else in it. The motions to Ishgren to show the disc.
I show him the disc with the Dimir symbol. Have
I
you
haven't
knowledge of
seen
this
that in a
symbol?
long, long time.
Yes.
And next to all this weird stuff, we also had 4 corpses who seem to have killed themselves and dissolved along with their weapons.
I'm afraid that the nightmare of the past is coming back to haunt us all, especially us, like the people present in this room. Um,
The natural one.
and
Yeah, this is not going to be useful for you guys. He appears to be hearing what you are saying, but you feel like somehow your words are not getting through.
no.
He's like fixated on the symbol that you showed him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's reliving some sort of thing from his past. And he's not catatonic per se, but he appears to have just shut down for a bit.
You seem
I-
to know more
I
about
motion
this.
to everybody, please be quiet.
I think he's poisoned because he's hazy.
I think he's thinking.
Oh,
And
yeah,
like
I tend to drop out when I do that as well.
a minute passes, 2 minutes pass, and your explanation goes on, but no reaction. And then he abruptly gets up, and he takes his crutch, and he goes like, "I have to be somewhere," and
Does-
he leaves
does-
the office.
Does it look like he's under
Before
the
he goes-
influence of some spell or something?
No,
No.
Before he goes, I ask, sir, is there anything you can tell us?
the less you know, the better. And he just keeps going.
So after he left,
After he left, I still salute, and
Obviously.
yeah, but actually when he left, then I look at the others. I say, I think somebody should follow him, and I look at Vulta,
Okay.
like in the shadows.
in the Boros Legion barracks. Nee.
I don't think
Perhaps
he's
I can
going
describe
somewhere in the
myself as
barracks. I
someone
think he's
of the
going.
Boros Legion.
I think he's going somewhere else.
I think you need to escort him, and I look at Sorval.
that might be a good idea.
He's
I
hiding
go
something.
after.
So
Perhaps
I'll
you,
go up to
you
the
two
Eliander.
guys should escort him, and we should
escort you.
follow on a distance and make sure Iskrim is okay.
If he leaves the barracks, yeah, you should be with him.
Jorrit, heb ik hier common sense over omdat het wel verstandig is om mij om de top honcho zomaar te volgen?
For now, we go outside and
Voor
just.
zover je weet, Eliander heeft een hele rijke carrière er al op zitten. It's not necessarily that he can't defend himself. He's perfectly capable of doing that. He just seems disturbed by something that you showed him, which is probably the Dimir logo, and he's headed out to heaven only knows what. You do hear the buzzing of the elevator in the background.
So, is there any way we can see what floor he gets off?
69.
What?
There's no device that actually shows which floor the elevator is currently at.
Okay, well, whatever. By the time we can get to the floor, is already long gone before we can get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have no business
Perhaps I
where
could.
he's going.
Perhaps
I
could
just
go-
stand at the elevator. I'm like, damn, and I go back to the others.
Okay, Pilta, you were saying?
Yeah, perhaps I could go out of the window, crawl to the floor.
Oh yes. Yes, you could.
Waarom is er geen common sense in dit?
If you let go of the wall by some accident or failed athletics check, you will be a pancake.
May
Wait,
I remind you that I have boots?
But if you fail, you will be a pancake.
Okay, no pancake then.
It's just like you're up really high, and even with boots, you would still shit yourself several times just
How
looking out
high
of
up
that
are
window.
we? Because we are at the barracks, not at the tower.
You're at the barracks, so you are approximately 20 floors up.
Ooh. Okay. How high is it? Or are we at top floor now?
It's still a little higher, so there's like 3 or 4 more floors above you, you think? But yeah, almost the top.
Okay.
I look at Iskrin and Sorval and I ask, do we have any other sources where we can get information about this ancient, non-existing, dead?
Is there a library here? We should go ask somebody if there's a library here.
I'm just not sure what you're trying to understand.
Well, I'm trying to find something that needs the application of my battle axe.
That
Perhaps
is,
Hulda
this is apparently a guild so secret that it has actually hidden its existence from the other 9 guilds. I don't think we will find a lot in the library. Maybe some general information, something like this is
Yes,
the
but-
secret guild of assassins.
Yeah, but
Basically,
general information is more than we have now.
The general information you have is basically what Iskren said, and what Iskren knows was off of a natural 20. This is like
Okay.
they have spent some time researching these myths for no apparent reason, and remembered what they have found over a long period of time of searching.
Yes.
Dedicated
then-
searching, probably
then
knowing
I-
Iskren's character.
I think at this
After some
moment,
thinking, I accept the fact that there will be no extra information than what Ishkren already told
yeah,
us.
I think at this
Alright.
point what we need is actually to be prepared for anything. And I think it's would be a good start to have a mobile base of operations
That is
for quick escapes in case this will be necessary.
That is true.
So, Ulta, how do we get this airship?
Wait, we will be flying again?
Yes, but on something that's bigger
Yes,
than our sky.
Yeah,
on something where you can sleep while you fly,
yeah.
like
So-
a la BA Baracus. Right. So yeah,
Oh,
what
all
was
right.
the thing about this?
So,
Okay.
Jorit, can we go to the airship, or can we start going to the airship?
You can definitely start making your way there.
Yeah.
How do you want to get to where you think you have to go?
Yeah, maybe Ulta, why don't you recap for me? How do we know about this airship?
I had a dream, a vision.
Oh god
when we-
damn it!
Yeah, when we,
Mushrooms
When we,
again.
no.
Bad
Yeah.
merkfish.
No. I licked somebody.
Puddles.
What?
Well,
What?
No.
Puddles and
Wait.
Olifante. Woohoo!
Yeah. No. Just serious.
we know there's sky
Yeah.
ship nearby. An
Yeah.
We
I
airship.
all
had a
know
vision.
about the Loxodon.
Yeah. I had a vision
Yeah.
in the temple that I had to turn on the light because I can't read my notes. Like this.
Your headset is full of light.
Yeah, I know. I cannot enough.
It's a really gamey one.
Yeah. I was visited by Arcade Sabot when we are in the temple, and he showed me that the airship could be found right here, I think. In the
Yeah.
yeah
Right
That-
here, where?
standing stones. Is that correct? Is that I?
Yep,
Oh,
near the standing stones.
Oh, great.
Is it
Yeah.
at the same place we could see from the Is it hotel?
Yes, I think
That
so.
with the signals and such
Mm-hmm.
Oh
from
yeah,
the smugglers.
that's
Yeah.
actually just in front of Prime Ground Estate. Okay, very well.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's go there.
So
Okay.
I look at this I'm like, how big is the chance that that's actually the same airship as the witch that as the one that took you guys down?
Oh, that would be only better. Then we can also get sweet, sweet revenge.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah, guys. While we're going here, right? How should we do this? Should we go by street? We have the
Yeah, the
The-
small flying
It's an island.
craft, but it was only a two-seater, or how many people could it carry?
That was
One-
two-seater. But you left that at the Izzat Hotel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have to go back for the two-seater.
Yeah, let's go
If it's
get
still
that.
There is land here, right?
Island.
I'm currently,
that's
because
clear
the
water.
color has gone off, this is water. There is a waterfall that comes down near Prime Ground Manor.
Yeah.
And it rushes clear water all the way to the standing stones, and beyond that island, the water turns into the murk-shaped, mucky kind of goop.
So how do people go from this island to this island?
Airship.
Basically, there's a couple of points where you can just descend into the murk, as you guys did, because the city is built slightly higher up.
Okay.
But the things that lead up to it are actually slopes.
So we have
So
to,
at some point, the normal land stops and the murk begins.
so we have to travel through the
and-
mark.
Yes, this is the most common way of getting anywhere,
All right.
because
I look at this I'm like, maybe we will find some devil toads.
Yeah, he did. Great. And we have Xantrot with us, so perfect opportunity to fight devil toads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I eat them?
As long as you don't eat the liver, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also
What
want
did
to
you
eat
need again, Ishgrim, from it?
The liver.
Something.
the liver.
The liver. Okay. Very
Yeah.
good.
Guys,
deliver us.
it's daylight, right?
Yep, it's practically noon.
Yeah. If we go by foot, which is dangerous, I know. Perhaps we can stop somewhere where a weapon shop could be. I want to buy a hand crossbow.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
That's not going to be difficult, I think.
Do you have a weapon shop in mind, or are you just gonna walk the streets until you find one?
Well, I don't have a weapon shop in mind.
Can't we get one from the Boros barracks? And hand crossbow?
Do we sell to commoners, to the common people? I
No,
don't-
you basically have your stocks, which are
It's only
for
for
Boros people, and you have to sign off with your name, and anything that goes missing is counted as theft, which is a very serious felony.
Can't you just requisition one, and if it goes missing, we'll pay for it?
No.
Felony.
Not any of us.
Tauder
would ask why we need it.
Tauder doesn't do that.
Can we? I'm not sure. Huh? The smithy isn't a place where we can buy a crossbow, right?
Why
I ask, can I ask the one of the Boros guards standing outside when we go outside from where's the closest weapon shop?
Sure you can. So this is let's see.
Yeah. Is Bjorn around?
No, actually, the person standing on guard for once is this burly-looking black minotaur with one shoulder that is shaven. And there is this tattoo of the Boros insignia that has been
I give him
freshly laid upon it
a fist bump.
with some tribal motifs that are underlaying it.
I give him a fist bump.
Well, hi there, little ones. Oh, you brought a big one. How are you all doing?
Still breathing.
That's a good thing to hear.
Again, he's breathing again.
I've heard very good things said about getting your second breath.
Dude,
What can I do for you today?
do you know the closest weapon shop for non-Boros people?
A decent weapon shop.
Hmm. I have not been around too much, but you might want to check out that one place run by the Goblin.
And
It's just 2 blocks down. It's called the Sharp Utensil.
the sharp utensil. Well, at least it'll have a point at the end. All right, bro. Thanks. And
Problem.
Next time you're at the, I see you at the goat, I'll buy you a drink.
So we go to the sharp utensil.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Sharp Utensil is run by a goblin named Yaza.
Yaza,
Yaza!
Yaza, give you good price.
$5.
Okay. So
So,
join the party.
the Sharp Utensil has a display window. It's on the ground floor. And it is filled with arrows and bows and crossbows and any sort of ranged equipment you might look for.
I am looking for. Do I enter or?
That might be useful.
Yeah. So I enter the shop. Do the other guys also enter or not?
Yeah, we follow.
I also go inside to just look at everything.
I don't.
I look if I can fit inside.
Dario, are you also going inside?
Yeah, if Iskrin is staying outside, I stay outside
Yeah.
as well.
Thank you, Dario.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, if you stay outside,
Alright.
I can go in. Okay, but somebody has to stay with Ishgrin.
Okay,
Oh, thank you, guys.
I
Xantaroth,
walk up to the counter. Yes.
Xantaroth, you can actually enter.
But it's a bit of a squeeze. You
I'll-
would have to be very careful not to stab yourself on any of the things in the store.
No,
It's a
I
trap.
stay outside. I just look inside at the door. And like this.
Well, it's a goblin's store, and it's been a raid for other goblins mainly. So, you get the feeling, if you've ever been close to Efteling, there's like these mushroom houses made for like the children to go through, and distinctly not for parents to go through. It's kind of like that. It's like you can bend and still hit your head on the door frame.
Nope. I'm a stay outside.
Good idea.
It is
Yeah, I think
delightfully cramped confines, with 7 or 8 rows stacked full of artillery, ranging from slings to javelins to crossbows to hand crossbows to heavy crossbows to quarrels to bows to
Important
longbows to
question.
hand bows to anything you could really think of that has the concept of ranged attached to it.
Jorrit, important questions. Important question. Are the crossbows loaded? It's a goblin store, so I'm just asking. I'm not going
Not.
inside. See?
There's
Uh,
no 2-for-1 deals. Um,
Yeah, I'm also
You like
staying.
you buy.
so, as you have progressed into the store, you see this little goblin thing with a long hooked nose and floppy green ears, larger than your average goblin, that lay on his shoulders, and there is this white plume of hair that curls around, and two crazed yellow, somewhat bloodshot eyes going like, yes!
Yes,
Welcome.
I am Volta. I am looking for a hand cross.
We have many hand crossbows. We have many.
Yes, I want one.
We have many.
Yes, but I need one. How much?
And
What can you recommend?
the goblin goes to the shelves and he pulls something off. And it kind of looks like a cross between what you think crossbows should look like
Mm-hmm.
and something that can be used to launch javelins. And he goes like,
This is the finest piece of crossbowmanship you have ever laid your eyes on.
All right, and how
It
much?
can
do
shoot
you-
arrows.
Arrows, not bolts, just arrows. Oh,
This is not
You're
good.
how
not
much?
cheaper then. Fine. Don't bother with this hunk of junk.
clunk, 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 clunk.
No. How much?
This is a dual repeater triple action crossbow.
Yes, and how much
It
is it?
can fire 1 round a minute.
Okay, and how much is it? Ik klik zo, ik heb nog drie gems. Ik leg die zo op tafel. How much?
I see this happening. I go over to it. Like, put those away.
Steek die terug weg.
What?
Can I test the crossbow?
No, you cannot.
Can I
I
buy
had
it?
a person do that once and he tried to shoot me. He called it a robbery.
How much do you want for it?
The one
You
that
look like a sensible man of culture. 100 gold pieces.
Okay, do I know if this is a fair price?
for a crossbow that shoots 1 bolt a minute.
It's probably not a fair price.
No, it isn't.
Very persuasive goblin, though.
Yeah. Can I persuade him to lower the price?
Or give an actual hand crossbow.
You can try to persuade him to lower the price.
All right.
I just look at Fulton like, no, this isn't the crossbow for you. I'm sure.
All right. What do you recommend, Sorval?
An actual hand crossbow, not this thing. I look at the goblin like, bring out something decent.
All right. I have to.
He goes
Repeating ballista.
to like a further shelf, pulls off this thing. It's dark and drab, and it has a strange scent to it. And he goes like, "This is a tarred hand crossbow, and people will never call you a retard again, cause you have a tard."
All right. And what does the tarred crossbow do except for shooting bolts?
As I just said, you have a tard, so you can't be tarred again. Never retard.
Yeah.
It's also sticky, so if you fall down a building, you can just you can hold on to it with your everything. It sticks to you.
En Zantrot, wij zijn er allemaal aan toen geweest sinds de laatste keer dat we gezien hebben.
So it's a tart one.
I have been eating a lot of merkfish,
So
and then I was
it-
looking
it
for
is
you,
thick,
and
eh?
I couldn't find you, so
Yeah,
I went to eat more merkfish.
I've been eaten by fish. I don't like fish anymore. At
Okay,
least some
so-
others still living.
How
Alright,
can you
so-
be eaten by fish? I thought you were a tough guy.
So were the fish.
The fish were a tough guy.
Yeah.
So, back to Volta. Basically, normal hand crossbow runs you 75 gold.
Yeah, I have 3 gems worth 75 gold.
Yep,
Does it
perfect.
mean- Okay, so
Ja, die goblin had echt nog een hele tijd yarn kunnen spinnen.
Oké.
Ja, je hebt
ik
de
heb-
gewone crossbow gepakt, hè? Geen tart crossbow, hè?
een hand crossbow, hè?
Oké, ja.
Dat is gewoon, dat is een regular, hè?
Yep,
Oké.
untart.
Untart. Dan moet ik eens even zoeken waar dat de stats doen.
just
Kan je die
Again,
gewoon
compendium, just drag it in.
doen? Moment.
Goed. Dus Sandra
Maybe
Centaurio?
I looked at around that things here, by the way.
Oh, oké. Waar jij specifiek aan het zoeken? Sorry.
Nee, gewoon.
Oké,
inspiratie
so you're
om
just
voor zelf
checking.
dingen te maken.
Oké. Iskren, Taurio, Zantarot.
Yeah.
You three, you're standing outside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm like, how difficult can it be to buy a crossbow?
For Volta, it can be difficult.
Yeah, and I was just
Yeah,
about to answer myself.
Retarded.
He gets way too excited around special stuff.
But actually, I'm wondering what was he shooting with before? Didn't he already have some weapon? What did he have? A bow?
A crossbow, a regular one.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying something fancy.
Yeah, no, it's just this kind of like thinking, why? After all, a weapon is a weapon. Not understanding the finesse of true
You
martial
can just
power.
tell the dead everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Yeah. Sometimes I use this blunt tool and I look at my mace, literally a blunt tool. But yeah, so nothing.
and as you are standing in the street, Eilip passes you by, the priestess of Freyalis. And she goes like, "Oh, what are
With a pleasant
what are you
surprise.
doing here?"
Apparently, we are outside a weapon shop because we are buying a weapon. What brings you here?
I'm passing through on my way to the Grove.
To the grove.
What is the grove?
The Grove of Freyalis is where I offer my worship.
Okay.
That's where I get my spells.
I see. And have
I don't
you
get that spell thingy.
more acolytes? Have you found more fellow souls that pray to Freyalis?
There is 12 of us in active service,
I see.
and we do have approximately 500 souls that attend regularly to acquire the blessing of the Lady of Life.
I see.
Terwijl dat Iskrin samen met de priesters aan het klappen is, whisper ik tegen Zantrot van spells are just hitting people from a distance.
But that's weak, isn't it?
We know better.
I see. What is this kind of service that you offer to the people that pray to Freyalis?
We heal their wounds.
Mhm.
We ease their diseases.
I see.
We provide succor, and we have a bit of a soup kitchen going.
I see. How much do you charge for it?
Soup?
Charge. We get money from the Orzhov in order to sustain these activities. It is not, I know, traditional, and I understand that it is maybe strange for those coming from the regular areas, but considering that the powers of most of the normal clerics don't work here, our service has been highly regarded by the Ghost Council itself.
So the Orzhov pay you to offer what shall we
We
call
are
free
we
services
are
to other people.
paid in the alm coins, and we make sure that people do their best to worship and maintain order as they should.
I see. Can I ask you who is dealing with these payments? Is it Galen?
And it's the contact person we have here in Shademark.
I understand. Well, it is really holy work that you are doing here, and him, of course.
We basically do survive mostly on donations because we understand that the Orzhov is busy with other matters than keeping Shademark afloat.
Well, I can assure you that the eyes of the Orzhov are alert, and they do hear what I consider now screams of, of calling for help that are coming from Shademark. And I am here also for this reason. There is a few things need to change in Shademark, but we're working for you.
And as you are saying this, you hear Taya speak up from behind you and go like, "Yeah, Master Galen is not. He wasn't really. I don't. I shouldn't speak up against it.
You don't know.
But
It's not telling the truth. It's not speaking against anyone, Taya.
there would be certain amounts of money deducted for his own operative costs.
Oh, I understand. Clearly a fair price. I'm sure. I mean,
You'll be doing the same, so.
no. I mean, this all. I am afraid that, with of course the utmost respect for the work that you are doing here, look at the priestess. I'm afraid that we kind of went around the issue. See, when the Orzhov clerics were unable to use their magic here, then we paid someone else to do this, which of course it was a good temporary solution because your services are required. But I think that we should find a way for the Orzhov cleric to support you in this endeavor.
I am certain that there are ways that they can do this. We always there are certain seasons here in the Shademark at which there is more harvesting being done in the Merc itself, and we always have slightly more casualties when this happens. And I am certain that with proper support, we could prevent those things from happening and save more lives.
Absolutely, nothing was ever earned from a dead body, so.
Zegt also.
But rest assured,
I heard some poison.
I heard what
Gold
you're.
is the coin of the living, souls is the coin of the dead.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm telling you, things will change for the better very soon.
I look forward to that. I couldn't help but think, are you heading out into the Merc anytime soon?
Very soon, in fact.
It might be wise to stop by either the Temple of the Wanderer
Mm-hmm.
or the Grove of Freyalis
Yes.
and get the protection.
I see.
There are things that live in the Merc that rise up against the living.
Mm-hmm.
Dus,
And
sorry, Jorik,
having...
even
Ja.
onderbreking van de moment dat wij in die tempel, want die Temple of the Wanderers is degene waar we eerst gecrashed
Jullie
hadden.
zijn in een chapel geweest. Er is de Old Temple op de map aangeduid. Met de letter U. Dus hier. Poing.
Oké, nee, omdat ik dacht dat die geen kracht meer had. Maar inderdaad, als dat maar een chapel was. Oké, sorry.
Ja.
Continue.
Totally lost where I was at. I'm just going to go with. So
But
there
we
are
should
things
go
in the
there
work
first,
that strike out at the living, and we have found that the blessing of one of our deities can keep these at bay. And it would ill behoove me to send you into peril without warning you of this.
I see. And what do they
Thank you.
charge for this kind of service?
We encourage donations,
Mm-hmm.
but in good faith, as of the fate of Freyalise, can't enforce those.
I see. You just accept, let's say, these donations that the Orzos give to you to support.
Donations from the people that come to us as supplicants.
Yeah, I completely understand. No, it's a good system. We
Ik
will.
geef in de achtergrond geef ik een nod of thanks voor de informatie.
Yeah, we should
There's this
definitely.
cow going like, "Moo."
We should definitely heed your words. Please don't let me keep you here.
Okay.
too long.
And then we have reached what I would think the end of the session. It's
I will
11.
Just, I mean, when she leaves, I will just make a comment to Tario and Xantarot. More talking to myself. I mean, can you believe this girl going around flaunting the fact that she's stealing money from the Orzov for things that people should pay for, giving it for free? Thank the Obsidians that sent me here. Things need to change. And I look at Tario and Xantarot. Don't you think?
Ja, je hebt nu de twee meest intelligente members van de party die naar de kijken is van Legion first.
Yes, of course.
Things with feast.
Clearly. Services for the Legion would be provided at a forfeit cost that, you would pay monthly, let's say. You don't have to pay every time, but oh well.
I don't even know what they do. I just heard food, soup.
Remember, Xantarot, ignorance is a blessing. Keep yourself like this.
Yeah, they say that often to me.
Yes, they are right.
And I wonder why.
Okay.
You're
So, that'll be the end of the session for today.
Voor zover de actiesessie. Hè?
Ik had like 5 maps voorbereid voor jullie, maar this was fun. CSI Shadebird, that's a thing now. And normally we'll play again in 2 weeks' time, if you all are up for it.
Yes, of course.
Normally I would.
If you can't, let me know. If you can,
De hoeveelste
also let me know. Just poke me so I know that we're doing things on
Maybe the 6th of
the 6th of May, 6th of June.
I will just stop the stream now.
Thank you. Bye bye, people who I don't even know that are watching.
Yeah, there was somebody. Bye.